racist stuff out
Closing
now.
Baldur's Gate.
Quacker.
Please. Quack. Is that like a weird way to
It's a
say
white
a
duck.
Quaker?
No, it's a white duck.
Oh, okay.
Goodness gracious.
That's better. That's better than what I was saying.
Or a slur for white people if you have a speech impediment.
Speech impediment.
Yeah.
That word.
I like the first one better.
Me too.
How's everybody doing?
I'm so sleepy.
I
Weirdly
think we
energetic.
all have sleepy bitch disease.
Oh yeah.
It's
I've
a
been-
real problem.
Yeah, I've been trying to do like 4.5 things at once this month.
What 4.5 things have you been wanting to do?
I'm trying to buy a car. I'm trying to move to Cleveland. I signed a lease, by the way. We just gotta move now, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
Nice.
I am going to a wedding next weekend that I'm driving to and need to get ready for that.
You're moving again?
Well, I moved to Ohio, but I'm like staying with family. But I just like basically signed a lease for my own apartment.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
I understand.
Let the man escape Ohio.
That's fair. You also
Cleveland is in Ohio.
Just be aware you may be doxing yourself.
Oh, that's cool. Hey guys, my name is Riley. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Come find me. And if you find me, say hello on the street. You definitely know what I look like.
For sure.
You look like Nesrin, obviously.
Yeah, I look exactly like my character.
Yeah.
It's actually a 1-to-1. I do have pointed
That's
ears.
amazing.
It's pretty cool. But I'm also trying to get into a software development training program that I accepted to, and I'm now like applying to grants and scholarships and trying to get funded for.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's like there's a lot is happening.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
I have to be so on top of things. My email is full of like Slacks and like
Slack.
Yeah, Slack and like applying for federal funding and the FAFSA and boot camp stuff and yeah, it's a lot. I'm tired. I'm sleepy.
Sure, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming to D&D instead of napping and or doing 5 things at once.
Bro.
Yeah, this is gonna be it's a fun little chill, relaxed thing to do instead of worrying about money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just got back from Gen Con. My brain is at both ends of the spectrum. I'm extremely tired. I'm also very wired and thinking of things that I can add and do with in game.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. It was a great experience. Go to Gen Con.
Did you get to look at Daggerheart?
No.
I'm so interested in it.
I did check out a bunch of other games though.
Cool.
Wild Sea is a really cool game. It's a game about post-apocalypse where the entire world is covered in trees and you sail through it in airships and
that's so cool.
Chainsaw ships. It's a great game.
Oh, I've looked at that
Chainsaw
before.
ships.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's great. Slug Blaster is a sci-fi 90s game where you play as kids doing skating stuff over giant interdimensional centipedes.
Very poggers.
Very extremely poggers. This is a little game called Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Oh, what's that one?
Played a little bit of that. It's
something about it.
I
Never heard of it.
actually played in the game. The guy who made it was basing it off of something that happened in an American park. It's called The Ecology of D&D 5e. Basically, like there was something happened. Like I think it was like in one of the national parks here. Like the wolves were overhunted, and therefore, plant eating the herbivore creatures overpopulated and were deforesting the area. It was based off of that. It was very interesting.
Interesting. Okay.
It was. I played disc golf at 7 a.m. It was great.
Fuck yeah.
After bar hopping all night.
After bar hopping the night before, yeah, it was wonderful. I met a bunch of cool people. How is
I didn't
everybody
meet you.
Really glad you had a good time.
I didn't say I met all of the cool people, Michael. I said I met a lot of cool people.
All the good people are used up now. There's no more.
There's a finite amount.
There's finite amount of good people. It's us and like 7 more people in the world. Sorry.
Yep.
Everyone that game at a Gen Con, and now we're out, and the
Yeah,
world is
sorry.
fucking.
It's all, basically it's just my friends who are good people. Sorry if you're not my friend.
Facts.
Yeah.
It's true.
So true.
Yeah. I hope everyone is ready for Dungeons and Dragons. Did we play D&D last week? I don't remember.
We did
No.
not.
We did not.
Okay,
Because you were a coward and you don't want us to level up.
I don't remember.
You were dying.
I was, yeah, that's right.
No.
I
He's
was-
a coward and doesn't want us to level up.
No, that's what it was. I was a coward and didn't want you guys to level
Definitely.
up. Who wants to do a
Well,
recap?
we have Florian here and Say here, so
Yeah,
I think
Say
we
is
should level
back.
up.
Who wants to do a
Right
good,
now.
a good long recap of what happened for Say? Michael, I'll allow you to do it, Michael, if you have it.
Let me check.
I gotta be honest with you, Gabe.
Uh-oh.
The 2 to 3 weeks of no D&D kind of just acts
know what?
that whole.
That's fair. Do you guys want me to do it? Because I have
Yes.
a pretty clear memory of what happened.
Oh.
Give the DM inspiration.
You guys can I already give my the things I make inspiration. Don't worry.
I can't believe he's rigged.
Anyway,
The deck is stacked against us.
so you guys took a job in the turn in I was gonna say in the turn of town style. In the town of turnstile.
I love the turn of town
The
style.
turn of town style. Investigating a recently uncovered cave that may have had some creatures or something in there. You weren't sure. That's why they were sending you in there. Florian stayed back in town. He had some business to deal with and or wanted to chillax after the last long mission.
Yeah.
So you guys decided to go. Nezrin was very nervous because Turnstile was the town where she grew up. Along the way, you guys met the world's most handsome hobgoblin. Hobgoblin or goblin? I don't remember.
It was a regular
It was
goblin.
a regular goblin.
We killed him.
And Enrique, was it Enrique?
Yes, it was.
Enrique, the
Oh,
world's
man.
most handsome goblin that you guys killed and then stuffed full of necromantic spores.
We're gonna
What?
check on him on the way
No,
back.
I think
We're
that
gonna
was the next encounter after that. I don't think Enrique got
No,
those.
it was that one. I remember.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it was.
We were
so
it was
desperate
The
to
Lord
have
let you
Enrique
do
back.
this?
The next encounter was other goblins riding wargs that you guys killed. But you had already planted the spores in the first goblins.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay.
What was Aloon's take on this?
I think
Well, they're already dead, so you might as well
Oh, okay.
use them.
Yeah,
I guess
Luna and
that's-
Ezrin
What's
were
he
like the
gonna
main,
do?
the main
Realive
proponents.
He ain't that kind of druid.
yeah. Aloon was for it. They
Alright.
had attacked. They were not keen on resolving things peacefully. They attacked.
I think
you guys.
Gabe literally, as the goblin, said something along the lines of, "Don't think too much about this. We're evil. We're evil. Don't worry about it."
I think I did say something along those lines. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's no nuance here. Don't worry.
That's amazing.
Um.
That's very good.
Until eventually you guys did make your way to the town of Turnstile. Heading into town, Nezrin was a little nervous, so you guys decided to head straight for the cave, I believe.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say pub.
No,
That's fine.
No, that's where we avoided until.
Well, let me get to it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys headed straight for the pub. Or sorry, you're fucking me up. You guys
Speak
headed
for
straight
yourself.
for the cave. As you guys examined the cave, you did see signs of like an earthquake or something that had revealed some of the rock faces and some of the deeper parts of this cliffside. And then doing some investigation, you also found Luna actually had cast Find Traps and found an alarm spell set up near the entrance of the cave.
Okay.
Eventually, looking around and spotting some things, you spotted a strange bat that none of you could communicate with. Those of you who had speak with animals could not communicate with this bat. Sort of just looked at you, examined you. Eventually, you guys pieced together that it was a familiar. As you guys went into the cave, you saw that while there was partially a cave, inside it was carved out, and it was almost like it had been a building before. It had been covered by rocks or mud or whatever it was that had covered this what's the word? Not building. Structure. There we go. This structure up. Heading towards the east, you guys found a temple to hold on, let me pull up my notes. I believe it was Kapak. Yes, Kapak, the god of the divine right to rule and the god of wars. Examining this temple, you eventually found some artifacts, a belt, a sword. There was this tablet on this pedestal that gave your brain a big shock whenever you touched it. The keen ears of Isi, they heard someone approaching. So both Isi and Afan sort of hid themselves while the Shadow Wizard Money Gang showed up, telling you guys to vacate the area as they had already claimed it. They
called dibs.
They were making some threatening motions to you guys, towards you guys, when Isi and Afan attacked. After a battle where both sides took damage, but seemingly you guys were having the upper hand, they called a ceasefire. You guys eventually said, all right, we're not giving you guys anything that we already have, but take a look around and we'll go take a look around the other side. So leaving them there to take a look around after you guys had already sort of found some artifacts there, you eventually went to the other side, where taking some time to lift, to open one of the heaviest stone sarcophagi you've ever dealt with, because you deal with them every day. It's such a common occurrence. A very heavy stone lid that both Isi and Afan lifted off of the stone sarcophagus. You revealed a seemingly perfectly preserved body. This body was you guys pieced together some things and put some ideas together, took this body over towards the other side that was more of a temple looking thing. The side on the west was more of like not what's the word, not a tomb, a crypt, there we go. Where there were multiple bodies stored, but this body sort of stuck out. And you took it over to the temple side, placed it on the not altar, throne. There was a stone throne up against the wall, and placed the artifacts on the body, which eventually came to life, declaring itself to be the god Kapak, here on this plane, awoken again.
Whoa.
Prompting you to touch that stone tablet. Isi stepped up, touched it, and gained some power. The body of the god apparently withered, and Isi has apparently become an avatar, a vessel for this god, somehow unsure. You guys did see a symbol on Isi's forehead for a few moments, but it did eventually fade.
What the heck?
And then you guys collected the artifacts, which were a magic sword and a magic belt, while the Shadow Wizard Money Gang sort of just watched on. Having cleared the area of any perceivable threats, having found nothing except a couple of weird magic casters there, sort of claiming the area. You guys went to Turnstile and spoke with the mayor, who sent a few guards out to the area to confirm that what you said was true. Not that they didn't take your word for it, but they just have to make sure.
Okay.
So yeah, the group had a few days in town. In town, you guys did a few things. Mostly heading to the Temple of the Seer, and then heading towards the Bearded Lady. At the Temple of the Seer, Luna, why do I remember the further stuff way better than the closer stuff?
Luna basically reported on how EC had like become godlike or divine, and that like what this the Kabak stuff.
Yes,
I think.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. They were asking to see if they had any knowledge about that, or see if they could put in any research about that. They also wanted to say hi to the local chapter of their church.
Nezrin was asking a lot of questions about like how divination works.
Mm-hmm.
Of course she was.
Yeah, of course. I'm considering that if I take a second level of wizard, instead of going the obvious route of necromancy, I might do divination wizard.
Hell yeah, I do love that. They also went to a library where Nezrin copied down a book for EC.
Yeah.
Because while EC can read, EC has trouble writing down runes as quickly and as accurately as someone like Nezrin, who worked at a library and
it was my job.
Made spark notes for a living. Yeah.
All right.
So they were very easily able to help EC out with that. And then eventually, wanting to find out a little bit more information about the group they found in the ruins, they went to the Bearded Lady, where Nezrin knows that many adventurers, and it is a much more approachable bar than the ones that you guys are currently serving at the Harlequin's Fountain, which is much more high class. So adventurers and people who do jobs for money would typically stay near the Bearded Lady or stop by. There's a job board there. Nezrin did see, Nezrin disguised themselves and did see her father at the Bearded Lady, who seemed to be doing okay. And went up to take a look in their room as well. Using Ruch as a way to see into their room and Misty Step into it.
Cool.
And then I think we're caught up, right?
I think it was the last thing. Oh, we were looking for an orc. For some reason.
We were looking for a hot orc thing.
A hot orc.
Who
Very
is
important. Orc Rike.
it? Oh, Orc Rican. Oh, good.
Right, yes, at the Bearded Lady.
I think Farhad said something about like talking to this guy who like is like deals with the Shadow Wizard money gang, because we were like checking to make sure, like looking for information about them to see if they were like dangerous or if we should like try to deal with them.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. They had mentioned two figures. One of them was a little bit more covered up and they couldn't really see them, but the other one was this big, strong-looking orc with tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now we're all caught up. I believe so. Does that sound right to everybody else?
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
Cool. Okay.
I think anything else was like a text RP. So.
Okay. All right. I get inspiration for that.
Hell yeah.
Go me. My inspiration is I'm really considering drinking an energy drink.
Okay.
I had a rock star for the first time today, and it was an experience.
My suggestion for you, Riley, is to get a Monster Juice.
Juice, really?
Those are pretty
They're
good.
really good because
I've been
they take a lot of that like bitter taste out of it because there's like actual juice flavors to there.
I've been on that Monster Ultra game, but I didn't. There were no monsters at the gas station I went to. I'm like, I guess I can try
Monster
Rockstar.
Ultra's pretty good too.
I love the strawberry flavor.
The
But I
strawberry
should give
flavor is
the
good. My suggestion, if you like mango, go for the mango because the mango one's really fucking good.
okay. I'll give the juice one a try.
Anyway.
And can confirm, I like the peach one.
Oh hell yeah! I haven't tried
Peachy
the
It's
peach
Keen.
one.
really good. It's so good.
Strawberry Dream and Peachy Keen. Those are my two
Peachy
favorites.
Keen.
Okay, I'll try the peach
Peachy
one
Keen.
for sure. Anyway, yeah, I believe you guys are still in the city the night before you guys have to report back to the mayor.
We're waiting for a messenger to come back and confirm our story.
Yes. And I believe they said it would be like the next morning, basically.
Hmm.
Which city are you in right now?
Turnstile.
Just
Okay.
north of the ramparts.
Yes.
Cool.
So yeah, do you guys want to do anything in the evening before you guys are expected to get the rest of your reward?
Were we trying to
Nothing in
find
particular.
the orc? Or
You
was that-
were trying to find the orc. If you want to try and ask around town about him, you're absolutely welcome to.
Okay, we were trying to find out from him about Shadow as a money gang, right? Like that was the reason we were trying to find him. So, I mean, I feel like Avan's gonna do that. I don't know if anybody
I
else
know-
is.
I know Aloon went carousing. If I'm slotting that into that point.
Okay, Aloon went
He's
carousing.
just pretty much coming back that night. He's just pretty much coming back that night after escorting a bunch of miners to a blessed mine.
That's miners with an E, not with an O.
Oh right, he did escort those guys to the mine. What did
They
they
did,
give you?
yes. They said that there would be something at the Untrimmed Rose in a
Yes,
couple
they would send
weeks.
you something. That's correct. Okay, I remember now. Um.
Also, the magic items we found might be dangerous potentially.
Yes. That's correct. In the crypt, Nezrun was able to contact their patron, and their patron said that the magic items could be dangerous. They didn't say anything specific. They just said they had the potential to be dangerous.
I think they describe them as like handling fire, where it's like if you like do it correctly, you can wield it and use it, and it's very powerful. But it's very easy to burn yourself.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. Does anyone have anything specific they want to do in the evening?
No.
Just search for the dude.
I want to work on my alchemy.
Okay.
I'm 1/4 of the way to proficiency.
I believe in you, Nezrun. How do you want to work on your alchemy?
I would like to maybe start trying to brew some. Maybe I have my own little little alchemy and you beginner set or something, and I'm starting to like try to brew my first potion, like following the instructions.
Okay.
And I have a potion of animal friendship and greater healing that I can also try to like.
She's got a little poppin' cooking in kit in front of her.
Yeah, she's a little like pop up travel like study
Yeah,
material.
it's your Betty Crocker mini alchemy starter set.
Hell yeah, my
That's
George Foreman.
that's canon. It's a Betty Crocker mini alchemy starter set.
Okay, I can't wait to
She's
be
a
Betty
baking
Crocker,
witch.
the baking witch.
Oh, you have no idea how right you are.
Oh man.
Oh, boy.
Shut up, Michael.
I didn't say anything!
You sighed, you bitch.
I do that a lot. I don't know if you know that.
It's
Okay.
because you know us.
So what kind of a potion do you want to make? Do you want to start off with something simple? Do you want to try to like
Something super simple.
okay, something really simple. I think the simplest thing to do would probably be a healing potion.
Okay.
I'm going to say this is gonna cost 25 gold.
Okay.
So like, because you have to like get materials and stuff that you need to try and
Yeah.
make this. It is going to be an intelligence based check. You don't have proficiency on this
Yet.
exactly.
Um.
Depending on how well this goes, actually, let's just find out how
Okay.
well it goes. Is
Also-
there anything you want to do to try to help yourself?
I was about to say maybe Nezrin would talk to Luna about being like, "Hey, I'm trying this thing, but I've never tried it before. Do you think maybe you could like sit in with me and just make sure nothing goes wrong? Just like having like always good to have like a buddy in the lab with you in case something goes badly. And maybe ask for some guidance."
Luna, would you like to help out Nezrin?
Sure.
Okay.
I would love to.
Do you have the guidance spell, Luna?
I do.
Perfect. All right. So then,
Hell yeah.
So let's do that. It's an intelligence check.
I'm
No
so scared. Go.
proficiency, but you can add guidance to this.
Oh God. Okay.
That's a 10.
That's a 10.
All right, this is how I'm going to describe this.
It's a dubious food.
Nezrin, you learn a lot tonight.
I mean, you learn a lot from failure.
Exactly. And I would say you think it's 25 gold well spent for you.
Oh, definitely.
You learn about what not to do. You learn the best way to do things is to make sure you have your mise en place. You prepare everything beforehand that you need.
Mhm.
You were kind of doing things a little bit by the seat of your pants.
I was maybe like overconfident. I was like a little cocksure, you know.
Yeah,
like
you had all the materials you needed, but you didn't really prepare them beforehand. So you were kind of doing everything as you were doing all the steps, which
Betty Crocker was right.
left a few of the ingredients out for a little bit too long. Things boiled a little bit too long. You didn't have enough time to
I think maybe I was
to
distracted
grind
by
some
making idle
things.
conversation with Luna.
Maybe a little bit was that as well. But Nezrin, ever the very, very diligent note taker, you watched all of the interactions. You made sure to take notes on everything you did and didn't do. And it was a learning experience. It's something, these are mistakes that you are confident you will not make again.
Hell yeah.
So I would say, yeah, let's say 25 gold lighter, no potion to say, but also 25% of the way closer towards your proficiency there.
Let's go 2 out of 4 proficiency. All right, that's all. That's how I spend my night, chasing my hyperfixation.
Perfect.
I love it. Afan, you are out looking for this orc, right?
Sure am.
Okay, how do you want to look for him?
So can you remind me what we've done so far? We asked at the bearded lady.
You asked around the bearded lady. I think that's all you've done so far, basically.
What information did we get from there about him?
That they exist.
Not that anywhere he's likely to hang out or anything like that.
That's where you found out about him. You know they were in town maybe like a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week or so ago. You're not quite sure, but it was recent enough that people who don't live here saw them.
Okay.
They could still be in town. They could not. Your best bet would be to find other places where adventurers would be, probably. But outside of that, yeah. If you have an idea of how you want to approach this, I am happy to hear it.
So, I mean, I think you would probably look at either go to one of so there's one more pub that we haven't been to, right? Midnight
The
Summoner.
one that's been mentioned, yes, the Midnight Summoner.
Okay, and the only other like obvious adventure place is Temple of the Seer, right? Like, there's no other particularly. The rest of the buildings in town seem to be kind of mostly housing.
Yeah, there's like housing and stores and things like that. You would imagine there are like people who stop by temples and stuff like that who are adventurers. That would make sense, yes.
Okay. So I think he would, first of all, he would try the pub, the Midnight Summoner, because it's on the way from where he's staying, kind of broadly. And then after that, if he didn't have any luck there, he would go up to the temple and see if anybody around there had heard of anything.
Okay. How do you want to like try to find out about this dude? At the at the pub first, because that's where you're going first.
I think he would just like go in and buy a drink and ask the barman, like.
Okay. Go ahead and actually let's role play this out, and then we'll see if and what role you make. Okay.
Okay.
So you walk into the Midnight Summoner. You can see that it's somewhere. I wouldn't even say between the Bearded Lady and the Harlequin's Fountain in sort of like fanciness. It's closer to the Bearded Lady, way closer than it is to Harlequin's Fountain. Maybe a little fancier than the Bearded Lady, but you think it's just got like different vibes. This one's grungier, but also very well put together. It's got like much of like a darker aura to it. As you walk in, you can see that the windows are sort of just like covered. There's like, it's lit by candlelight on the inside. Lots of dark corners and dark tables. Behind the counter, you see it is this large bearded half orc. You can tell their tusks are protruding up. One of them is golden. They've got this like large scar going down from the top right to the bottom of their cheek. Seem to just be minding their business at the bar. Nobody's asking. Nobody's really sitting at the bar. There's a lot of people sitting at tables. The inside of this place looks pretty small, but not uncomfortable.
Okay. And what's the name of the person we were looking for again?
You don't have a name.
I thought we got the name.
Nope.
What information did we get? Remind me, because it's just been a while.
It's you.
I also remember getting a name, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it was like
I
Craig.
don't remember getting a name.
Yeah. It was. I'm pretty sure we got
orc
a
with
name.
tattoos.
It was an orc with tattoos who was like posting jobs or something, right?
Yeah. I think we got the name Craig. That's what I remembered.
No. Craig is
Craig from Craig's List.
Craig is the name of the gnome who puts up the list.
Oh, that's the other guy, not the orc.
Yes.
Okay.
That's funny.
You did not get the orcs, and I stole that joke. You did not get the orc's name. Craig is the name of the gnome who puts up the list. It's Craig's list.
So what information did we get other than it's an orc?
He's big, very big. He's got these very distinguishing looking tattoos on his face and over his body. And he was traveling with this smaller than him, but so maybe like normal sized person, who was pretty covered up. So you don't know much about the other person, but you know they were traveling in a pair. It was two of them.
Okay. All right, and you said that the person behind the bar was a half orc?
Yes.
Okay, so he's gonna like walk up to the bar and climb up onto one of the stools and get me shut up. He's a small boy, okay. He's could you get me a beer?
Orc sort of looks at you, nods, grabs a tankard, pulls it up to the tap, serves you a beer, slides it over. That'll be 2 copper.
He puts 1 silver down on the bar and says, "If you help me out with something else, then you can keep the change."
Sort of like raises an eyebrow, looks at the silver, flicks it in the air, catches it. What can I help you out with?
Looking for an orc, big guy. He had very distinctive tattoos on his face and his body. Was traveling with somebody else, probably normal size. Don't know what race, but pretty well covered up. Just wondering if they've come through here.
Kind of gives you a look over. What are you looking for him for?
Just want to ask him a couple of questions.
Looks you up and down. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me, please.
Okay. Am I good at that? Not really.
You don't have disadvantage, so that's a 16.
Yep.
He sort of looks you up and down. Add 9 more silver pieces to this, and maybe I can remember something. He tosses it back to you.
Aaron catches it and puts it back in his pouch, and then just puts a gold piece down.
And takes the gold piece. Nods. Yeah. Saw him maybe a week and a half ago. It kind of looks at you, examining you for a moment, before he says, they were interested in some of the other activities that we offer here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What other kind of activities might those be?
In the basement, we got a little area for people to sort of test their metal if they want to.
A single eyebrow slowly raises on Alan's forehead.
You know, yeah. People like to scrap. I like to give them a place to do so. Make some money.
And you don't talk about it, right?
It's scrap school, not fight club. You can talk about it all you want.
Rule number 1 of scrap school is you must talk about scrap school at every opportunity to the point where it's actively annoying.
It's marketing, baby.
Yeah. Alan takes a sip of his beer and says, "That's interesting. Imagine a fella like that must have done quite well for himself."
You know, funny thing was, they were keen on watching a couple of the fights. Not really joining in. Talk to one of the fighters afterwards if you're interested. I've got two fights happening tomorrow. Entry fee's only a gold. Got a drink on the house, and you can bet down there if you want. And you can join in if you want.
Yeah, I think that might be quite interesting. Might be really illuminating.
All right.
Avan drains his beer and puts the silver piece back down on the table and says, "It's a little more for your trouble. I'll see you tomorrow night."
All right. See you tomorrow night. So it just gives you a nod. Picks up the tankard and starts cleaning it.
Starts moving the dirt around. Great, and that's all I was after, I guess.
Cool.
All right. So you guys go to sleep in the wonderful Harlequin's fountain. the next morning, as you guys awaken, what do you guys are you guys planning on doing anything in the morning?
No.
Bold of you to
Right.
assume I've planned anything.
No. Hanging.
No plans here.
All right.
Not until the evening.
Yeah. So you guys have some breakfast. You guys can talk about what you did last night or whatever you want to do.
I think Ivan's going to keep Fight Club to himself for a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
All right.
You put a loon in a town, so he is hungover. Don't worry about it.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So you guys eat breakfast. As you're eating breakfast, there is a messenger from the governor's office who does come by, spots Avan, walks over to him. It's this older human woman, sort of just hands you a letter, smiles, and then leaves.
Ivan opens it.
Yeah.
What's
You
it say?
see,
What's it say?
you see, it's from the governor, saying that the guards have come back, reported that everything is all clear, and that whenever your group is ready, you can head back for the rest of your payment.
Payday.
All right. Should we head over to go over to town hall and get our money?
Sounds like a plan.
Yes, I'm ready to go. Actually, yes. This is nice.
I'd like to spend one more night here if that's all right.
Oh, never mind. We can stay one more night then.
I mean, you lot can go on ahead, and I'll catch up with you if you want. Like, it makes no difference to me.
I mean,
Any
we're going
reason?
to stick together.
I've just got some business I need to take care of.
Okay.
I think there's no reason to be suspicious, so he's like, oh.
All right. So you guys head over to the governor's office. You can see they are expecting you. They lead you right in. You see Vance right there sitting behind his desk. As he sees you all walk in, he says, welcome. I'm glad you all made it back safe and sound, that nothing happened to you in the town. You guys didn't get into too much trouble.
No, not yet.
All right, good to hear. Good
Working
to hear.
on it.
Yeah, that comes later.
Well, guards checked it out, and everything you described was as it was. We didn't see any group there, but we did see signs of people having had camped there. So maybe, or most likely, you are correct, but they may have left.
I wonder where they could have gone. I am not familiar with them at Ivranos, I do not think there are students there.
I mean, and I guess, like, I don't trust those guys, but at the same time, they weren't, like, committing a crime unless we want to press assault charges we can't exactly prove, so. That we also started, mind you.
Yeah, I mean that might be a bit hard to
Look to
land.
the mirror, you didn't hear anything.
We are in front of the mirror.
Yeah, it happened out of a city. He doesn't give a shit.
That's funny.
Well, no, he wouldn't say well, that's me saying well, yes, well, and then he opens his desk and pulls out a leather pouch, tosses it over to you. That is the rest of your reward. if you need anything, I am in your debt for making sure that was all safe. I appreciate it. Feel free to spend the gold in town if you'd like. Always want to boost our economy, but spend it as you will.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
As EC asks why the governor thinks he is in your guys' debt, he says, "Oh well, I mean it's just sort of a figure of speech. You know, you did a good deed, and I appreciate it."
And the debt is paid in gold, so it's
Yes, it's yeah, but obviously you guys did things well, and I appreciate that. And you didn't lie, and you know, you were trustworthy. So I have high thoughts of you. So that is why I'm saying if you ever need a place to stay or some advice or some an ear on the ground to things that may be happening in the area, you can reach out. I'd be happy to help.
Oh,
Actually, on that ear on the ground front, we are looking for those colorful wizard guys, but we heard they got in contact with a orc with some tattoos. They said they were distinctive. I don't know in what direction. I'm assuming if you remember it, that's enough.
I don't remember anyone like that stopping by my office, but I will keep an eye and an ear out for that.
All right. I'd say maybe if you have like an in with the guards. I mean, I don't think the guys committed a crime or anything, but like if they spot something.
Of course. I can keep an eye. Those colorful wizards that you described should be easy to spot. So if they're in town, I'll let the guards know to at least just let me know if they see them.
Yeah, because I don't think those guys are the type of guys who would ever like change clothes. I'm pretty sure they have like 5 different pairs of the same color robes.
Right.
I think their names were based on the colors they were as well.
Were they?
Just like Lucy related, right? Starting with the same
remember
letter.
any of their names.
Yeah, here I'll
See, I remember thinking that in the moment, but I also don't remember what their names are.
One of them's Patrice.
Yeah, Patrice was purple.
I got you guys.
Oh!
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, feel free to stop by Turnstile anytime.
Any messages or anything you need taken back down to insert name of town where we're going?
Shady Grove.
That's the one.
No, I can get the message to Thorn that you guys completed your job myself. But thank you.
All right, no worries.
All right.
Oh, are we staying for another day? I think I heard that come up.
Yeah,
I'm going to stay, but you all don't have to. I can catch up with you on the road.
Well, I want to do a little research at the Temple of the Seer before we go, just a little bit.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm going to stay, so if anybody else wants to, then they can. But
I think if 2 of us are staying, perhaps it would be best for us to just stay another night, no?
I might get a head start, just like hang around the woods outside. Yeah.
Translation: get high.
Split the party, get high.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Profit.
Nothing could possibly happen.
Yeah, EC's heading back. All right.
Maybe Luna and Fawn can stick around that extra day.
works for me.
All right, and then the rest of us just... We'll see you back at Shady Grove then.
Okay.
All right. You know how to call me.
Okay. So, you guys, so the two of you staying here, and the three of you are heading back. Let's go ahead. Let's do Luna first.
Choki dokie.
All right, Luna. Oh, you know what? It's so quiet. I'm gonna play some music.
You're missing somebody from the map.
No, Florian's not there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Florian didn't come on this job, did he?
Yeah.
No,
Correct.
he's not
Okay,
there.
cool. Cool.
He's having a hot boy summer somewhere else.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Whoever wants
He's
to
having a dead boy summer.
have
Oh,
some
no.
background music, you can join the YouTube thing. If not, feel free to stay out. It doesn't matter. I just need something to fill the dead air. Anyway, Luna, you're going to the Temple of the Seer. What are you researching? Who are you talking to? What are you doing?
Yeah, I am. Let me pull up my notes because I know that Hildegard was like, yeah, you can come and do research all you like.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's like only a couple things I want to hit. I want to hit like the stories around the seer's ascension to godhood. And keep an eye out for like an artifact that either gives power or annihilates. And I want to like just kind of keep an eye out for any references like to the Drifter, direct or obscure.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll me either a history or religion check. Is there anything you want to do to help yourself with this?
I'll cast a cheeky guidance on myself and believe
A
it.
cheeky guy.
My history bonus is a little bit better than my religion bonus. I'm going to go with history.
Okay, go for it. Okay.
Six bonus. Holy shit.
14. Okay.
Yeah. 14.
Luna, as Hildegard sort of shows you to where some of their books are kept, their old scrolls, books, notes, things like that. It's a pretty daunting task. You almost wish Nezrin was there with you, to sort of help you go through all of this. But seeing this gargantuan task, you sort of have this resolve in you. You're going to do your best, and you're going to find out as much as you can. A lot of the stories that you're able to find of the ascension of the seer are the same. Talking about how she was able to get back out from the Underdark, how isolated she felt, how she traveled the world, how she found that darkness, and how she was able to find that ritual to become a god. Not many of them mention any other companions or outside influence. In this temple, unless it had like a specific connection to the seer, you don't think that there's anything you can find here that would give you any insight into any extra history here. Maybe in a bigger temple, or maybe in a temple where she might have visited, they may have a record or something like that, but nothing here, no.
Okay, well, I did my due diligence.
As you're looking through the stacks and reading and researching, Hildegard does come and visit you while you're doing so. She takes a seat next to you, looks over you, and says, "If you don't mind me asking, why the interest in the story of how the seer came to be.
How do I put this? Sorry, I think my laptop's glitching a little.
Hmm.
I told Hildegard about. Okay, yeah. I suppose I want to know if it could happen today. And how easily it could happen today. How different are we now than we were 1,000 years ago?
Very interesting. That's interesting. I don't. She kind of looks you over. I don't sense that's something that you're trying to do for yourself. Is there something that you've seen?
I could swear I told Hildegard about what happened.
Did. But I think she's asking otherwise.
Well, there's kind of two parts to it. There is my destiny as foretold by the seer and by the oracles. Big things are coming, and I'm somehow involved in them happening, and I have to find that. But I've come to care about the people I'm traveling with and doing these things with. And I don't really want to see any of them get hurt. And if I find something that helps more private aspects of my my learning and my journey, then that's just convenient.
She looks at you, reaches a hand out towards yours. I understand that desire to protect those close to you. If you'd be interested, we could take a moment and ask her herself. I could gather a few of the priests here and see
I would
if she wants to
absolutely.
answer.
I would not be opposed to that in the slightest.
She nods. Come with me to the garden.
Is she still holding Luna's hand?
She is.
Nice.
She leads you to the center of the back of the temple where the garden is. Having called a few of the other priests. Actually, I'm gonna throw this over to you. What is a ritual of Eris like?
Okay. Time to make some shit up. Let's see. It's not. It involves kind of a quiet, moderately dark room, kind of out of the way. It's kind of, there's lots of like rugs and drapery. It's not nearly that sexy. It's just kind of dark and quiet. And maybe there's incense. It kind of depends. Like, you know, some people are sensitive to incense, and if anyone in the group is, you don't do that shit. They got other things to concentrate on. But it's a lot of sitting in a circle, and you kind of have one main seer and like one guide, and the guide talks everybody into sort of the right state of mind, and the seer, the main oracle, is the one that like gets the deepest in the sauce. And they're gonna have the strongest connection to the divine. I mean, theoretically. But I mean,
This sounds like an ayahuasca ceremony.
yeah. I mean, it's psychedelics aren't against the rules. Like, you can totally do some good. Whatever floats your boat, man. But people will, like, that one main oracle, people will ask them questions, and the guide will kind of, well, guide the whole thing. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. As you guys gather in the garden, there are 5 of you. You, Hildegard, 3 other priests. Hildegard instructs you all to take a moment to take a deep breath, bask in the presence of, and this garden has been sort of specifically cultivated. There are moths, there are bees, there are butterflies. On the ground, the dirt is very, very fertile. There are centipedes, cockroaches, flies around, insects of all kinds surround you. Hildegard.
It's nice and cool. It's a little bit basement vibes.
Yes, it is, and it's not. It's a garden, but it's not like open to the air, and it's not like full greenhouse either. It is sort of like shady, damp, cool, like you said, basement vibes. She guides all of you to bask in the presence of those that the seer appreciates, the insects, those that she loves, those who dwell in the darkness and thrive in it and do good in the darkness. And she leads you to a room behind the garden, where there is a few sensors and some dim light. Rugs depicting, woven very intricately, depicting carapaces, depicting bones, depicting the cycle of death and decay and renewal, and depicting the sun shining over all of this. Or not the sun, the moon, gleaming over all of this. That's a better word than shining for the moon. Gleaming over all of this. As you all sit down, she turns to you, Luna, to be the guide for her, to ask her the questions that you want answered. And I am going to want you to roll a religion check with advantage here.
Chucky dokie.
Okay, 15. As you guys all sit down, how do you guide the group?
Oh shit, I'm guiding. Okay. All right, let's see. Start with like a simple meditation of like deep breaths, feel your body, check it with your body, and then sort of root yourself into the ground, like that's where your body is. And then there's kind of an exercise of like you imagine going deeper under the ground. There's the moles and the worms and the stuff that's underground, and you go deeper, and pass by the Underdark, and you go deeper into like the core of the earth. And then the other part of the exercise is you come back up and kind of like imagine like floating up into the sky to kind of like sort of separate your mind from your body a little bit conceptually. It's sort of a get everybody in the space. And then I'm trying to think about what kind of lore I can put in here. Then I start with a story, like a well-known story in the scriptures of like the the seer's journey out of the Underdark, and like um and if anybody isn't in the moment, they hear like a very tiny belch from like it was a righteous belch, but you guys are like very far away from it. Um, sorry, I had to be cheeky about that. But Luna tells a story of the seer like harnessing power in the darkness and finding her way out of the Underdark with that knowledge, and sort of as a setup, as sort of like a journey to go on, and it's really more of a guided meditation than anything.
Oh, hello.
As you guide the meditation, as you take this moment to take everyone on this path down, up, and in, you look around and you see Hildegard, eyes closed, breathing calmly in, out. And you see that green glow that you've seen many times in your home temple around her closed eyes and on her forehead. The sign of having reached a connection with the seer.
I ask the seer if she is with us.
I am.
Before I ask my question, do you have anything to share that we won't think to ask?
There's a pause. She turns to a few of the priests and says, "You may have need of shovels."
Hmm.
She turns to you and says, I'm thinking, hold on.
He who smelt it dealt it. Ancient wisdom.
Ah, but he who said the rhyme did the crime.
Wow. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
She
That's
turns to
much to
you
consider.
and she says, "Seek to exert more control."
I was writing that down. Luna files that away. Thank you, seer. May I ask of an artifact?
You may ask.
Were you ascended to godhood by an artifact that would either give you incredible power or annihilate you completely? There's a couple of raised eyebrows in the circle, but nobody really thinks too much of it.
The ritual I performed did not summon an artifact. It summoned something else. It
A
was
being?
it was both sentient and not. Both living and not. Something here since the creation of this world, and will be here long after its end.
Luna's thinking for a minute. Do you know if there are others?
They are a family.
Hmm.
I know him.
I know that guy! Hmm. I'm trying to think about, like, how to ask a question without being too, not heretical, but yeah, heretical.
Mm.
With your foresight, will someone come to take your place in the future? That one makes some of the priests like a little uncomfortable.
You hear a
Mm.
very quiet gasp from one of the priests. Most of them are too... Well, none of them are interrupting this. This is probably one of the strongest rituals that they've seen, one of the most direct answerings that they've seen. There is definitely a little bit of tension in the air, but they are waiting to see what the seer says. She looks at you. Once again, eyes still closed, glowing green in Hildegard's face. It may happen. There are many paths that may lead to that, and many paths that do not. I would not be against it, and I am not pushing for it. I only see what lies in front of me.
I understand. I will open the floor to any other priests who have questions. I feel like if I mention the Drifter, I'm gonna get my ass kicked out.
There's a
Maybe.
few moments of just utter silence, to the point where it almost gets uncomfortable, until eventually one of them does ask. Does our sister walk down a path of heresy? And there's an immediate answer as Hildegard turns towards her. No. Knowledge is not heresy. I am in the heavens above you because I love all of you. And I want to share, and I want to share how the darkness can help us all. but I am not absolute. There's silence until
Luna does not look at them. She's not gonna try and start anything.
Another one asks, "Is the path forward one that we can continue following you on?" And there's a few moments before the next answer comes. But she answers, "The path forward is the path that you would like to take."
Hmm.
Where I am, I do not need your worship for power. I am outside of that. And then there's a little bit of a softer voice coming from Hildegard. Not Hildegard's voice still, just softer. But I appreciate hearing all of your voices. The darkness can be lonely and cold, and you all bring warmth to my existence.
I give a pretty generic, like, praise be to the seer sort of thing. And I actually change tack a little bit and say, Priestess Hildegard, how fare you?
The green light fades, and Hildegard opens her eyes. And she turns to Luna and she says, That that was quite the journey that we've been on."
Much to think about.
Much. And she smiles and looks at the priests. A few of them are looking a little nervous. One of them is looking pretty fine. But eventually, they all get up, open the door. The light outside seems, even though you're heading into the garden where it's pretty dim, it seems like it's burning bright after the experience you went through. But you do eventually acclimate back to the light and are eventually able to acclimate back to outside as well.
It's like when a cat's in bright sunlight and its pupils are little tiny slits, and then they get used to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or when you come out of a movie and you don't know what century it is.
I'm yeah. I'm gonna kind of stick to Hildegard's side as people mill away, and once there's a little bit of room to talk with her quietly, I'm going to ask, "Do you think I pushed too hard?"
She looks at you and she smiles and she says, "The priests here don't have the same history as you and I. I've taught them as much as I can, and they learn here from the books, but they treat it like worshipping Palor or Moradin, you know, a god that tells you what to do, right and wrong. You and I know the seer isn't like that. And I try to explain that to them, but people like having set rules.
Seems like it seems like the seer might knock that out of them after this.
It's a good experience for them. And you're not the first to ask questions of her, questioning things like that. Although, not the specific questions you've asked, but questioning gods is not something that is uncommon. In our faith, at least.
I figure in pursuit of this of knowledge in the future, there's the angle of she was a mortal who became a god. There's plenty who seek to do the same. I don't ask this out of a desire for power. I do this out of a desire for knowledge and to see the world go the way it's supposed to.
She nods. I absolutely agree. I understand. Sometimes it might take them a bit longer to understand, but they will. And when they eventually make their pilgrimage and see other rituals like that, they'll understand.
Thank you for allowing me to guide that ritual. It's been several months since I took part in one, and it was very welcoming. I appreciate it.
She smiles. I'm glad you thought so. Well, I am going to drink a large glass of water and rest.
Yes. Take plenty of rest, and I am planning to leave the city in the next day or so, but I do hope we meet again.
I hope our paths cross as well, Luna.
They do that thing where you like hold hands with both hands for a couple of seconds, kind of like a handshake, but not quite.
Yes.
And then they part, and she leaves to, I guess, ruminate in somewhere in the city, just kind of walk around.
Yeah, absolutely.
She must think many things to thought.
Uh-huh.
She's got big thinks happening. All right, Luna goes to think. Afan, do you do anything during the day?
Before we get into my stuff, can we take a quick break so I can go take the dog out to pee?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a
Awesome.
short break.
We
Be
can take
back.
ourselves to
Yeah.
the appropriate peeing places.
Like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. We can
Awesome,
take a
thank you.
break here. I'm gonna go get more water.
Okay. That was crazy.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm. Oh, that was not the right play. Hang on a second. This is probably a little better.
Sound wise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, much better.
Okay, I had to change the sensitivity.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
I was on push to talk before, so now I'm just doing the normal thing.
Okay. Makes sense.
I I did not expect myself to go into causing a schism in the religion sort of angle there.
Well, they're gonna have to broaden their horizons, I guess.
They're gonna have to work that one out.
I can take it up with the seer.
Yeah, if I got any more apocryphal with that, they would have stopped that, and
Oh, probably.
I would have gotten in trouble.
Not by the seer, of course.
No. Gabe, are you here?
No, they went
No,
to
I
get a
think they got
drink.
a beverage. Okay.
Yesterday. I'm
A
here.
bevy.
I really like the knowledge is not heresy. I love that angle.
Dude, listen. Eris is absolutely knowledge is not heresy.
I like getting more of an insight of like how like what she's about.
Yeah. I'm glad that you like that. It was a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
Me drawing on the only like spiritual experience I have ever had for that one.
What was it?
It's a there's this like kind of low key effort to revive an old Norse like oracular tradition.
Whoa.
We call it Saith in the modern time because it's the original pronunciation. What was it? Seder, but that's like a Jewish thing. That's their thing. That's not our
Oh,
thing.
okay.
So it got modified to Saith because language changes.
It does.
It is. I mean, it's something that's a little more rooted in like locations in Norse mythology, so it was a little hard to translate. But that is also the only spiritual experience I've ever had. So
Dang. It sounds cool.
it is very cool. And I would be willing to talk about it more if anybody is curious, but
Okay.
I'm definitely not an expert.
I was gonna say, do you mean religious experience or do you mean spiritual? Like you felt something when you were there?
Both.
Both?
Yeah,
That's cool.
I have a little bit of experience in woo woo, but I call it woo woo, so there's a little bit of skepticism there. But like,
Sure.
kind of I like to think I have like a bit of a natural sense for it, and like I believe in ghosts and stuff. But
Sure.
it's definitely not something I have trained. It's not a like legit skill that I have.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
My cat's very cute. The cat decided today that it was time to sit on the desk with me while I was at work.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go grab a soda. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Gabe.
Yeah.
I forget. When Florian woke up, did Sadie give him any clothing? Or he was just a man naked in the jungle.
I think he scrounged around for clothing in the woods.
Okay, that's fair. Once he figured out that clothing would be a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Once he got over squirrel eating brain.
After he chomped down on that squirrel and was like, damn,
Yep.
this is good.
This is tasty. Okay. I was wondering because I found a really good reference picture and I wanted to draw a picture of him waking up.
Mm-hmm.
Like how EC was raised in a very small, like spiritualistic, like hunter society, and
Mhm.
still is not the most feral child in the group.
True. Very true.
Like EC's pretty feral, but
Yeah.
EC doesn't eat squirrels off the dome.
Apparently, Ilun has eaten squirrel. Maybe not raw.
No,
But
it's
he has
definitely
eaten
been
squirrel.
raw.
Oh, it's been raw. Okay.
Yeah.
While you were in
No,
animal form, or
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
oh
Liv's
dear,
eaten a lot of things.
that's unsurprising.
Luna's taking a lot of things into his body.
Nope. Truth.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Most recent of which, Air Standing.
Ah!
You think Aristander's a top?
You think?
I more think Aloon's a bottom.
Mm-mm. A Luna's a service
Nah.
top, please. There's a
No, that makes
difference.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sound doubtful. Press.
Oh, that's
Doubt.
good. You're supposed to pick up on that.
Listen, Michael. I can show you the role plays.
Oh my god.
I don't need to see
Damn!
those.
I forgot that you guys did spice. You were talking about it. And spice. You gotta sometimes.
All these people. All these people are freaks. Like, what do you even look around? All right, so we have this thing. Are we waiting on something?
I don't know. I just got back.
We're waiting
fine.
on Patrick. Patrick's walking his dog. Remember?
If it was me you're
Nope.
waiting for, then I'm
Well,
here.
okay. Now you can remember that Patrick is walking his dog.
I remember now.
We're allowed to remember now. Also, I have also been partaking in Baldur's Gate 3.
Hell yeah.
I'm interested eventually
Yeah.
when
Essentially.
that lines up financially, yeah.
When you have,
Yeah,
when you have
I feel like-
$60 to spare, yeah, I get it.
When I have $60 to spare, which doesn't happen every day.
And
I
like a
definitely
million hours also.
Yeah. Let's be real, I mainly want it for the character creation.
I wish they had like what MMOs do with like a touchstone or whatever, where they have the character creator and lets you decide if your computer cannot explode.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the Final Fantasy thing.
kind
That
of
would be
wish
very
they
good
did,
for this game because Larian has made my computer explode before, so.
Oh
Mhm.
no. Kind of wish they did
Was-
what Spore did, where they had like that separate character creator.
Oh yeah.
The Black Desert character creator is really good.
Hey, Papas.
I don't remember shit all about
Nobody
Black
downloaded
Desert the
that.
game. But...
Hey Gabe, will that thing be done by the time the group gets back?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You should draw it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, not it doesn't have to be done right now, obviously, but
No, yeah, I should.
yeah, I think there's definitely enough time for that.
Cool. Wait,
Yeah.
so Thorn, does she spend much time out of her office? Because Florian wants to prank her at least once.
Yeah, you can absolutely try to do that.
Okay. I don't know if he'll be successful because she's Thorn, but you know.
I mean,
Hello.
she's not a ranger, she's a barbarian.
Yeah. Hello.
I have returned.
Welcome back, Patrick.
Thank you.
Is your dog empty?
He is at least empty of liquid. I cannot comment on solids.
Proud of him.
He's a good boy. He was at dog sitter last night, so I haven't seen him much in the last 24 hours.
Aw.
Alright. Let me turn that off. And where is it? Alright. Patrick, are you ready?
I was born ready.
Oh yeah. Alright. What are you doing during the day, Patrick?
I think he just kind of like goes and sits near the entrance to this pub for a while and sees who goes like in and out.
Interesting.
See if anybody particularly intimidating looking and or who meets the description of the orc he's looking for goes in.
scoping out hot orcs with tattoos.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check with advantage.
Okay. I'm not very good at that.
No, 19.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That was actually
That's a nat 20.
That was a nat 20, yeah.
Nat 20, yeah.
Alright, sorry, I'm swallowing some tuna salad. Give me a second.
Oh my god.
As you're watching the pub, pretty like normal stuff during the day. Nobody really interesting walks in. It's not until like mid-afternoon that you start seeing a couple of much more interesting figures make their way into the bar. Sadly, you don't spot any super big orcs or anything like that. But you do spot, a large sort of, not gray skin, but like an ashy, pale skinned, human looking fella, but they're like 7 feet tall, and they've also got these very like interesting tattoos on them. They're walking around wearing leathers and furs, heading into the bar, and not coming out for some time. You, I think, put 2 and 2 together. That's probably one of the people you're going to see down in the fighting pit.
Okay.
As well, you also see someone who is actually with a nat 20, even if it's a 19. You see this like weird looking, like covered up guy in a trench coat wearing like this big hat. But as they're walking around, they're like a little wobbly, like already drunk in the middle of the afternoon, which is a little weird. But as they're sort of walking in, the trench coat sort of like flits open a bit, and you see 3 goblins standing on top of each other in a trench coat walking into the bar.
Oh, good.
3 goblins in a trench coat.
So
Very good.
you see them walk in. Maybe see them in the fighting pit. Who knows? You also see a big, bulky looking lizard folk, which you notice because you don't see many lizard folk. Telltale sign of them, no horns, much smoother than what you have heard of like smoother skin, scaly but not like horny or anything, like no like sharpness to them really. They look pretty tough. You think they're probably going in there for the fighting ring as well. And the last person you see who sort of like fits the description, this sort of tall human man, blonde hair, wearing chainmail and talking boisterously to like a group of friends as he walks in. And he's actually even announcing, "Oh, I'm absolutely going to win my fight tonight. Do not worry. Bet all your gold on me. You're going to make it all back and then some." Announcing to his group of friends as he walks into the bar.
Okay, so 7-foot human in furs and tattoos.
If you want to
True.
roll either history or nature to try and see if you recognize what the race of that person is. You can go ahead and roll. You don't think they're human. I'll give you that much.
The 7-foot person with tattoos was not
Yes.
human. Okay. And then so there was the large person with tattoos, 3 goblins in a trench coat, lizard person, and then there was a human at the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So, as the sun starts to set, you head into the bar. The barkeep sort of nods at you and motions towards a door to the side of the bar, where there is sort of normally last night actually you saw that there was like some crates stacked in front of it, but now you see they've been moved aside.
Okay. Is the same barman on the bar as was
Yes.
on last night?
It is.
Okay, so he takes 1 gold, like he walks in the front door, he takes 1 gold out of his purse, and kind of like gestures at the barman as if like, do I give this to you?
Shakes his head and just motions his head towards the door.
Okay. He nods and then heads in through the door.
Okay. You head into the door. There are stairs leading down into what looks to be like a large basement area. While the area above is smaller, you can see down here, it's larger and cooler. And as you sort of touch the walls, it's not brick. It seems to be like carved stone. So like this basement was carved out of like the stone that was underneath where the bar was built. Must have taken a lot of effort and time to do so. As you head down, you see there's this sort of tough looking tiefling guy with sort of very spirally horns, looking down at you as you walk up.
It's where I pay the entrance fee.
Yeah. It's a goal to get in.
He hands the gold over.
He takes it in a pouch. Hands you a it's a looks to be like a tarot card. It's got a ram on it though, not like any tarot you've ever seen before. As you look at that, you say, just hand that over to the barman down here. He'll get you a drink.
Is what do I do if I want to, get involved?
He kind of looks at you. Looking to fight or looking to wager?
First one. Not much of a gambler. That's a total lie. He's absolutely a gambler. Maybe a bit of both.
Sort of looks you up and down. Yeah, all right. He reaches his hand out to take the card back from you and hands you a different card.
Oh.
This one has a pair of cross swords on it. Hand that to the barman.
Alright, will do. Pushes his way through the crowd and hands the the card over to the barman.
Yeah, you can see the crowd down here is bigger than it is upstairs. During your sort of stakeout of the area, you notice that over time, less people were leaving than were going in. And there was a good amount of people going in, so you figure they're headed down here. And actually, as you're in there, you can see that there is a fight happening. There's a lot of yelling going on, people sort of screaming and cheering, and you can see in the sort of, there's like an area in the center that has been set apart. There's a couple of crates set up for the corners, and there's been some like ropes strung across them to make like a makeshift ring. Inside you can see the 3 goblins are fighting the human man. Let me see how each of them are doing.
Are they still in the trench coat?
No, they are not.
Oh, okay.
They are 3 separate goblins fighting this human man.
That would definitely make a difference.
The human man is actually holding his own against these goblins. Even though they outnumber him, he does look actually pretty competent as he is fighting. It looks like they are using weapons, but your keen soldier's eye can see that these weapons have been dulled. So they hurt, but they're probably not gonna kill, not unless you really try. And while they're definitely fighting, it doesn't look like the bloodshed is as vicious as somebody wanting to kill. But you make your way through the crowd, walk over to the bar. At the bar, you see another half-orc, looking similar to the one upstairs, who looks at you. They do not have any scars on their face, and their tusks are both intact. They look at you, and they sort of hold their hand out for your card.
Hand it to them.
They examine the card, see that it is across swords, raise their eyebrow but nod, and they say, "We're gonna fight, huh? Okay."
Yep.
Kind of looks you up and down. Yeah, I think I can find somebody for you.
Sounds good to me.
All right. You can keep your armor, but gotta use our weapons.
Okay.
He nods.
Okay.
Motions for you to go around the side of the bar. There's a pathway that leads towards the back. Towards the back, there's a door that he leads you towards and opens, and you can see there's like a small sort of, not like a green room, but like a waiting room. You can see that large ashy human is there, or what you think is humanoid at least. The lizard folk is there. You can see there's another guy there actually as well. You didn't really notice them before. They're a dwarf, very dark skinned with a rust colored hair and a beard, sort of just pacing back and forth.
Okay.
All right, you lot. Looks like we have 2 more fights instead of just 1 tonight. They turn towards you, look at you, look down, sizing you up, sort of just shrug, and say, as the barkeep sort of looks out, "This fight should be finishing soon." They look at the group of you. Gleaming Moon, and he points towards the tall fella. You and our dwarf friend over here, Rustbeard, you guys are coming up after these 2. And they sort of just nod, look at each other, and start getting their things ready. Looks like you and Prisk here are fighting next. I didn't get your name. What was it?
Does he give a fake name or does he give his real name?
That's up to you.
Hang on 1 second. He gives the name Argin Leaf Bottle.
Alright.
Okay.
Argon and Hursk, you're after these two. And you see the lizard folk sort of just nod, look towards you, and then just continues sort of sitting back and relaxing. The barkeep leaves, closing the door behind him. The din of the crowd sort of muffles as the door closes. And you're in here with the other contestants.
Wait 1 second. Sorry, I just had to very gracefully blow my nose.
Mhm.
Avan takes a look around him, and what are the other people doing?
So the dwarf and the tall humanoid is they're getting ready for their fight. The dwarf is donning some armor, and the tall guy is looking over some of the weapons and sort of seeing what he's going to use. And the lizard folk is just sitting on the bench, leaning back against it, trying to relax.
It's going to be me versus the lizard folk, and is my fight first or second?
Second.
Second, okay. He turns to the large humanoid. What was the name again?
Well, I don't remember.
Sorry, I was swallowing.
Glimmering Moon or something.
Glimmering Moon, yeah. I think that
Glimmering
was
Moon,
it.
yeah.
He turns to Glimmering Moon and says, "Excuse me, some interesting tattoos you got there."
He looks down at you and he nods. They're from my tribe.
Is that a tribe that has any orcs in it by any chance?
Sort of raises an eyebrow at you. I don't think so. Mostly elves, human, and Goliath like me.
There was an orc fella came around here a couple of weeks ago. Had some interesting tattoos himself, and I'm just trying to find him. I wonder if you know anything about him.
He just looks at you. I've only been in town for a few days. Sorry.
Fair enough. No worries. No worries. He looks at the other two and says, "How about you two? You've seen him? Big fella, hard to miss. Or I suppose most of the people who come down here are probably pretty big."
Roll an insight check for me, please.
Why do you make me keep rolling the things I'm bad at? Actually, I'm not too bad at insight.
Okay, 16. Actually, it's pretty good.
Nailed it.
As you look between the two of them, while their reptilian features are sort of hard to make out, there's like a twitch of recognition as you describe them, as you had described them over to Glimmer Moon. They don't say anything as you ask, but they just like look at you, sort of looking at you up and down. The dwarf sort of just shakes his head. Nah, mate, I haven't seen anybody like that. I'm sorry.
No worries. What about you? You look like you might have seen him.
Just looks at you. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. What's it to you?
I mean, it's not that much really. I'm just curious about meeting the fella. See if just want to ask him a couple of questions. Nothing important.
I don't know if this should be persuasion or deception.
I mean, it isn't really that important. He's
You're staying an extra night to do this.
That's true. I don't know why he cares that much to me.
I think this is more persuasion.
Yeah,
You're
it
not
literally-
really lying.
I literally have a -1 in both, so.
Doesn't matter.
There we go. Finally fucked one of them.
Well, let me see what he rolls.
Outstanding.
Yeah, he sort of looks at you. Yes, he talked to me maybe a week and a half ago. He was interested in recruiting me for something. Said I had many skills that could be useful to him and his group.
Interesting. Did he say what that was?
He said the group was going to do many big things. There would be money involved if I was interested.
Yeah, it usually is. All right.
Something
good
about him didn't sit right with me. Decided to stick to what I know.
Let's hope you don't know it too well.
He laughs at that. He says, "We will find out together."
Yeah.
Um,
Was he with someone? Fella in a, I don't know, covered up. Can't really give you a description.
He thinks for a second. He was with someone, but they didn't do much talking.
You know where they went?
Okay. He thinks for a second. They did say if I wanted to change my mind, I could try to get into the city.
Good to you.
Yes.
Interesting.
I think they meant the Crystal City.
Would I know where that is?
Yes, actually, no check needed. You've been traveling with Nezrin long enough to know that that's another name for, I almost called it Dalaran. That was the old name I had for it. Ivernosto.
Okay. Interesting.
Fucking wizard boy.
Thank you very much for the information. I think it would be a little unseemly if I was to give you money in advance of our impending combat, but tell you what, by way of thanks, I'll go easy on you.
He laughs, and I'll say, "Don't thank me yet. We'll see later tonight."
He sticks his hand out and offers offering to shake this guy's hand.
Yeah, he'll give you a shake.
May the best person win.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. As you guys are like finishing up your conversation, the door opens, and the barkeep is guiding in the three goblins who are looking pretty beat up. one of them is being carried by the other two, as the human guy, who's looking a little hurt but triumphant, is boasting as he walks in. Ha! I told you all I would win. See? No matter the numbers, Hector always comes up on top.
Hector.
And he sort of laughs, and there's cheering and booing from the crowd. As
Is
Is he a
walk on.
heel?
What?
Is he a heel?
No, he's just a dick.
That man's a bottom.
Avan casts a glance at the lizard guy and kind of gives him a is this guy a piece of shit kind of look.
Yeah,
know?
the lizard guy sort of like rolls his eyes and like nods.
All right.
You get the feeling more of a blowhard than like an actual dick.
Right.
The sort of guy that like would go out drinking and drink way too much and be way too loud,
Gotcha.
Alright.
but not mean-spirited. But yeah, the other two head out for their fight as these two go back in. And sure enough, the human does sort of like help the goblins with their friend, making sure they're all safe, and looks towards you. And the other competitors for tonight, I'm sure you will put on a great show. Looks between the two of you. I think I will bet on Hrisk. Sort of winks at you, FN. Sorry, but bet on a sure thing more than an unknown. And he does a
Terrible
little
way-
laugh.
Terrible way to waste your money, lad.
He laughs, gives Hrisk a big old pat on the back. Hrisk looks a little annoyed, but he walks out, and you can hear more yelling and some boos as well. As he goes to presumably get a drink and hang out with his friends. Another 15 minutes pass as the other fight. You can hear actually muffled through the door. There's a lot of lead up to the fight. There's cleaning up of the center area. People having a chance to bed and yell, and there's like a small like moment where they like go eye to eye before the fight. The fight itself probably lasts maybe a minute and a half. It's actually, let me just make a roll to see who wins. Sure. Okay. There's a few yells and then a bunch of cheers, until eventually, coming into the door, you see the dwarf is on the other side as the barkeep is helping bring in, and the dwarf is helping support him as well, bring the Goliath into the room, who has seemingly lost the fight, to the dwarf. The dwarf sort of like gives you a smile and a nod. He's like, us small folk have to stick together, right?
Mm-hmm. So I always say, size isn't everything, it's what you do with it that counts.
Exactly, you understand.
Yeah.
And he helps the Goliath get in on. There's like a cot in here, and the barkeep looks towards you two. He says, "All right, you guys are up next. Come on."
Avan cracks every conceivable bone in his body and walks through the door.
Yeah. There's people yelling and looking at the next fight. The barkeep is doing his best to hype both of you guys up. He announces Hrisk, and there's a lot of like recognition and yelling from around, and announces you as Oh, what did you say your name was again?
I said that my name was Argin Leaf Bottle.
Argan Leaf Bottle. He announces you as Argan Leaf Bottle. Says that you're a famed warrior
Uh-huh.
from the city states on tour here in the city to test your mettle against Frisk, the deadly reptile, the cold, calculated, deadly reptile. Um, does a good bit of showboating. People place their bets. There's a lot of yelling. As Frisk pulls out a shield and a spear, and I assume you pull. Well, I don't know what weapons you grabbed from the rack. They have all sorts of weapons that you might want to use.
Sorry, I just need 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Take your time.
Sorry, so there's a rack of weapons in front of me.
Yeah, you're out at there, but you basically the rack had whatever weapons you needed. So what weapons are you using for the fight?
So you kind of usual business, really. Like he just grabs like his hand axes and or like if they have that kind of small weapon that you could wield dual wield and also potentially throw, maybe daggers if they don't have hand axes.
Yeah, they definitely have a pair of hand axes you can use.
Okay, then he'll take those.
All right. So, in lieu of just having a one-on-one battle with a dude, sorry, I'm swallowing. Let's do something a little bit more fun. Um, why don't you describe how you start the fight off for me? I'm gonna give you a certain amount of D6s to use.
Huh.
And we're just gonna have a roll off like that.
Okay. So he kind of takes up position at one end of the pit and opposite the lizard whose name I can't remember. And how far between us?
The fighting pit itself is probably like, how big is a wrestling ring? What size is that?
Probably like 10 feet by 10 feet.
Sure.
All right, he's about as far away from this guy as he can be in the ring, and he doesn't quite like beckon him on, but he like stands there with his holding his axes, waiting for to see if the other guy will make the first move.
Okay. Yeah, Hursk is going to very slowly approach, his shield up, spear out, taking a very safe approach towards you.
Okay. He's got what weapon has he got?
He's got a shield and a spear.
Mm-hmm. A spear. Okay. Havana's going to heft one of the the hand axes, and when he's within like 5 feet of him,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to throw one of the axes at his head.
Okay. I'm gonna say you're gonna get 2d6 for that, and he's gonna get 1d6 for playing it safe. So go ahead and roll.
Is it
Ooh,
combined total or like
yes,
the
combined
best?
total.
Okay.
Okay, very nice. Playing it safe isn't doing it too well for Hrisk as you approach, close the gap between you guys. Using one axe to throw at him, he raises his shield, and you take the opportunity where he can't see you as he raises his shield to stop the axe, to sort of dart around to the side of him. As the axe sort of clangs against the shield, you see that you're on his open side, and he does not have full time to react to bring his shield over towards you and the spear over towards you. What do you do?
Yeah, Avan kind of like darts around and between his legs or whatever, and gets to the other side of him, and he brings he scoops the first axe back up off the floor, because it's blunt, right? So it's not gonna like stick into anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he scoops the first axe back up off the floor, and with the other axe, he like cracks him in the side of the knee really hard.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you got 2d6 again. Let's see what this guy. You got a 5. 8. Okay. You crack him in the side of the knee. He sort of yowls out in pain, turning towards you. He tries to slam you with the side of the shield and take a little bit of a leap back, wincing in pain as he does so, trying to make some space between you. Seeing your aggressive approach, being able to overcome his defensive technique, after he sort of like pushes you away, he just looks at you, drops the shield, and grabs the spear with both hands. He is going to start moving and charging towards you. How do you react?
How far away is he from me?
He jumped back, probably toward the other edge of the ring. So he is the full distance of the ring away from you, moving towards you.
Okay, so when he gets within 5 feet of me, I'm going to use my halfling nimbleness to just like dip through his legs.
Okay. As you try to use your small size and speed to your advantage, roll me a quick perception check, actually.
Check, sure.
Okay.
That's not that good.
You don't notice until too late, but the main charge attack was actually a feint as his tail whips out behind him, out towards one of your legs and wraps around your ankle, as he tries to trip you. So I love what you did. You're still gonna have 2d6, but he's also gonna have 2d6 as he tries to fight up against you this time.
Oh no,
Okay.
that's not very good. Can I use inspiration?
Sure, I'll let you use an inspiration to add an extra d6 to this.
Awesome. Okay. That's still not very good. Come on.
Okay. It's a little too late for you to notice. But luckily, since the main attack was a feint, you're not going to take much damage off of this. You're sort of knocked off kilter, a little bit off balance, as he's able to sort of put you in a position where he can make another attack against you from a much better spot. As he thrusts his spear towards you, with you a little bit off kilter, what do you try to do to get out of the way of this?
I am going to take my 2 axes and try and kind of parry the spear, like knock the spear out of the path that he's intending it to be on.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and we'll both roll 2d6 again. Except I need a
Come
5.
on, you motherfuckers. So did
Okay. As he thrusts his spear towards you, you try to hook the axes over the spear and push it out of the way. It sort of grazes your side, and you can feel where it sort of grazes. It's definitely gonna bruise, but you deaden the blow a little bit. He's still got a hit on you. People are cheering all around you. But with this new position, he's not really able to pull his spear back fast enough. And you're in pretty close against him. What's your next move?
So we're kind of like upright facing each other.
Yeah.
How tall is this guy?
5.5 feet, maybe a little bit taller than that.
Okay, so he's not like towering over me, even though I'm quite short. Right.
Yeah. I mean, he's still like twice as tall as you, but not
right.
Not like.
But I'm like,
yeah,
head in his like stomach area, not his
exactly,
not his crotch. Yeah. Okay. Avan is gonna fucking headbutt this guy in his stomach as hard as he can.
I love the flavor of this. Yeah.
Very good.
His ass.
Go ahead and roll 3d6.
Thank you. I will.
That's very good.
That's what I like to see.
Okay. He wasn't expecting this improvised attack. As he sort of tries to tug his spear out from where your axes are hooked onto it, you just pull your head back and slam it forward into his stomach, and you can see that the air is just, he was not expecting that at all. All of the air is out of his lungs as he gasps and like almost like staggers back a bit, letting go of the shaft of his spear. How are you pressing your advantage here?
How does one win one of these fights? Like, what is the end goal? Do I have to get him to submit? Do I have to knock him out? Like, what am I
submission
trying to do?
or knocking him out would work, yeah.
So he's kind of like reeling backwards. He's dropped his.
Yeah, he's let go of the spear. He's reeling backwards.
All right, so he's going to like, he's gonna dart under his legs again and try and trip him up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say you have 2d6 here, and he's gonna have 1d6.
Okay.
Okay. With the air knocked out of his lungs and with you sort of dashing between both of his legs and tripping him up, he falls on his back. He has the wherewithal to put his arms up pretty defensively up in front of him as you stand over him.
All right, Aman points one of the axes at his head and says, "Do you yield?"
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check. You can add your strength to this instead of charisma.
Okay, so my strength is +5 versus my charisma, which is -1. So I do have proficiency in this. So it's fuck. This is annoying. So my proficiency bonus is 2.
So
Plus 5.
plus 7.
7 plus 7, so it's this +6.
That's a 10.
Damn it. I'm going to spend an inspiration on that.
All right, go ahead and add 2d8 to that. Okay, 16. As he looks at you, his eyes sort of looking into your eyes, he puts his hands up, palms facing the sky. He says, "I yield."
Avan throws aside one of his hand axes and offers his hand up to Christ.
He looks at you, and there's a little bit of a smile on his face as he takes your hand and stands up.
End of fight.
End of fight. People are yelling and cheering. You head to the back of the room. Frisk looks at you and nods. Very well fought, my friend.
You too. Got to be a bit more aggressive at the start, though. You can't just wait for people to come at you like that, or you'll get killed.
He nods and he says, I have learned something that is worth the fight.
So have I. Thank you for an entertaining fight.
All right. Yeah. As you're back there, the barkeep comes back, and you see the humans back here as well. Looks like everybody's gathered as he hands out everybody's cut for the night. Afan, you get 15 gold.
Hell yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. You gather your things. You can stay and party. There's probably not going to be any more fights for the night. Or you can just head back to the inn.
I think he just, thanks everybody and says, see you later.
Okay. Yeah. So you say goodbye to everybody, head back to the inn, and let's get everybody back over to Shady Grove. It's gonna be a staggered arrival. But just because I don't want to have to deal with it, you guys, nothing happens on the trip back.
Bless.
It's fine.
We're just like a day behind.
Yeah, you guys are just like a day behind. It's fine. You guys are traveling together. You're not alone. You've already made the trip once. You know the way to get back. Yeah, it doesn't take you guys long to get back to Shady Grove. How long did it take you guys to get up here?
The weeks, I think, right?
I think so.
No, like a week, I think.
Okay. So yeah, after, I would say the total time you spent up here is probably like 3 weeks with travel, time you spent doing stuff, and then travel back. I think the total was like between 2.5 and 3 weeks before you finally get back to Shady Grove. So yeah. There's about a day between your guys' arrival, but you guys do eventually make it back. What do you guys do? I guess technically, Alun, EC, Nezrin, you guys arrive at the Untrimmed Rose before everyone. So what do you guys do first?
I report to Thorn.
Yeah.
I also
Do
wanted
the
to ask.
formalities.
Yeah.
Say
of
hi
worship.
to the people.
How much did we get paid for the job in full?
240 was the second half.
Each or total?
Total.
Gotcha. So 40 each.
That's the math of it, I think. Yeah.
I
Cool.
believe so.
Okay.
Did we take the first bit already, though? Do we need to just only have half of it or something?
I believe you guys took the first half already, yeah.
So it's 20 gold each now.
What do you mean?
Well, because if it was 40 each for the whole job, then we get 20.
No, it was, you took your first half already. You got 240 for the second half.
Oh, okay, I see.
Easier.
Yeah.
I think maybe Lynn might look around for Florian just because, like, maybe he got back already. Who knows?
Cool. I don't know where you want to look.
where would a childish rapscallion be?
Huh?
And he checks out back behind the dumpsters because he was already smoking there.
Mm,
Drifting.
you know
people
what? That's
from-
pretty good. I might just say, yeah, he's back there lighting stuff on fire.
Oh my god.
Little dude, what's up?
Classic.
You cold?
What an edgelord.
Uh-huh. Oh, hey!
Sup?
Crater. Fine,
Crater?
I'm good. Yeah. I don't know. It's just... I didn't miss you, but, like, you left and... Yeah, whatever. He lights another piece of grass on fire.
Oh shit! Should I have texted you more? Look, I got some funny fucking pictures that I don't remember if I already sent you. Shit, I might have.
I don't think
I
you
was under
did.
the impression you were busy. Oh shit! Hold on. He's like scrolling through cell phone. Oh, can't show you that one. Can't show. No. Oh, okay, that one. And it's several inappropriate pictures amongst inappropriate in humor, not in content. Amongst the
okay.
tombs and various corpses.
Shit.
Of the ruins.
Da-
Yeah.
Whoa. Alright.
Yeah. I mean, we told you about the whole ruin job and things. I mean, I think you would have had fun with it. What?
Yeah, I
what
think
the hell
so.
were you doing?
I was learning Draconic.
Draconic. Speaking
Yeah.
of, not a lot of dragons to speak to these days.
Nezrin and
I
Easty
don't know.
speak Draconic.
This is the Latin of. It
is the Latin.
That's exactly what it is, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, yeah, I
you
figured it'd be
seem-
useful. Or whatever.
Yeah, you like books and shit. Easy and Nessa are back, by the way, if you want to see them too when you're ready.
Alright, where are they?
That's a real good question.
Sweet.
I mean, Nessa's probably reading a book somewhere, and Easy's
probably.
probably talking to Zorn.
So Easy's like a god now or something? What is that?
Yeah, so like, kind of. God, I'm sorry. They kind of took in the spirit of the god of rule and war? Question mark.
Yep.
Huh.
And I don't
Right.
know if EC is technically a god, but because nothing's like manifest or anything, he waves his fingers. We're still in the wait and see phase. It's
Sure,
a whole
d-
thing.
Do gods get offended if you blaspheme them to their face?
I mean, I don't think EC would care.
Oh,
But
they probably wouldn't. Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'd recommend it, but it's worth a try just to see if EC's okay with it.
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
sure
He lights a
Desmond
pine
would
cone
find
on
that
fire.
fascinating, too. Hell yeah, dude.
Who light a
Hell
pine
yeah.
cone on fire, you fucking ingrate? No, don't do that!
It pops.
It
makes the poppy
lights the
noises.
cigarette on the pine cone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, watch this dude. He tries to smoke the pine cone, unsuccessfully, I would imagine.
Dude, no, you gotta let it dry out first. Hold on, I got some pine cone
Oh,
dust.
gotcha.
Please do not smoke a pine cone.
Okay. Oh, hey, I got
doesn't really,
something for you.
Oh?
Yeah, I mean, I got something for everybody. It's not like you're special or anything. But yeah, here. He pushes a thing into your hand like he couldn't care less.
Alright, take the thing.
It is. I'm gonna post it here.
Hell yeah.
It is a cloak clasp. It's an arts and crafts, and it's an owlbear paw clutching wisteria.
Oh, that's cool.
Ah,
Yeah, and it's made out of.
fucking-
Yeah.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Say, that's cool
What's
as
it made out
fuck.
Hell yeah, thank you. I just
What's
drew
it
it
made
up.
out of?
Nicely done.
What's it made out of?
Just like a silver.
Oh, this is. Where'd you get this going? This is like professional looking work. Kind of
Yeah,
holds it
there's
up to the
like
glint
a
of the pine
smith
cone
or
fire.
whatever. There's a smith at the workshop, and I harassed her basically the whole time you guys were gone.
A
It was
little bit
really
of a-
boring without you.
I mean, you had the option to come. I don't know what to tell you. You were not uninvited at all. But nothing wrong with taking a little rest if you need it.
Yeah, I suppose. It was just too long a rest.
Yeah.
Remind me never to do that again.
I'll try to. Yeah, we also dallied a couple days.
Yeah.
Anyways, we should get going.
Yeah, let's go find people.
Alun affixes this prominently onto his cloak to sort of somewhat clasp it shut because his good friend Florian gave him a thing and he's happy with it.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna say while they're doing that, Florian or EC and Nezrin, you guys were reporting back to Thorn.
Yeah.
As Thorn looks, I'm glad to hear that the job went well. You said Luna and Afan stayed in the town for an extra day, but they're okay, right? Nothing happened to them?
Everyone is fine.
Unless they got into trouble in this last day, or in that last day, then I don't think that's.
I was just gonna send them a quick text on her cell phone, just be like, "Hey, are you guys dead?"
There's like ... for ages and ages and ages, and then Avan just replies no.
No.
I show Thorn my cell stone. See,
She nods. Okay.
Dad texting.
and I just text back, "Thanks," and give no context to the question.
Fair.
Okay, I just want to make sure we don't have to send anybody out there to collect bodies or anything like that.
I don't believe so.
EC would be quite impressed if they found something to kill them in that town.
She looks at EC. Really, did you think it was very simple? Easy?
I mean, the job was quite simple. I mean, we went in, we scouted about, we kicked the butts of some weird people in cloaks. I absorbed God power, and then we spent a couple days in Nazaryn's town. Came back, nothing. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple hunt.
She sort of like
No
raises
real
an
danger.
eyebrow. Absorbed God powers. That's
I texted you all about it.
No, I remember. It's just like, do you have specifics?
It was Kapak. We don't know really what the powers are. They haven't like sprouted forth from me.
Okay.
Though
They
that
did have
does
a
remind me,
symbol
I think
appear
I
on their
do.
forehead.
I do think I need to try on the gloves and the sword that Afan had, since they were hers. Didn't you say there was like something special about them? Nazaryn? Maybe they are special, and that is unlocked when someone who's taking in the power of the god they belong to.
You're talking about the weapons that we picked up?
The items, yes.
Yes. I'm not sure if it is specifically have to do with absorbing the god's power. It's just my teacher told me that the power in there is. I don't know if it is divine in nature or if I just know it is not arcane necessarily, and it's quite dangerous if mishandled. You could hurt yourself if you misuse it. That's just
I can hurt myself while I'm working with leather too.
yes, exactly. Well, if you do not handle leather and or your tools correctly, you could hurt yourself. That's just all. But I
It
don't
would
think
be good
leather
to-
is. I think it's more like if you were doing leather working, but instead of leather, you were trying to mold fire. You would burn yourself a lot if you did not know how to move the fire to your will.
If I'm working with fire, then I should not. The point is here that
It's a strange analogy.
the items belonged to Kapak, yes? Kapak would have known
yes.
the full extent. Maybe they would
Probably.
resonate with the power of Kapak, and we could find out what they do.
Perhaps. Are you able to resonate with the power of Kabak?
I didn't try.
Let's try. That sounds fun.
They aren't here yet.
Kabak isn't here.
The items. Afan has the items.
Fawn has the items. I did not know that. Oh boy. Well, I guess we can wait. It should be a day. I'd be very interested to oversee such an experiment.
Sounds like a cue for us to enter the scene to
Sure.
from the studio audience.
As you guys are having this conversation, you would probably eventually notice Thorn is just like sort of smiling a bit and like looking between the two of you. And she just like turns and whispers to Wimbo, and he sort of just gives a little laugh, and she says, "Well, I'm glad to hear you guys are all okay and the job went well. Feel free to take a rest. Once everyone has arrived, find something to do in the city for a day or two, and maybe
No,
can
I need
have
another job.
Maybe
I'm going stir crazy, cousin.
Well, I can have another job for you soon. Don't worry.
What about the other ones? Did other people come and take those jobs?
Yes, they did.
The world moved on without us.
It did.
A tragedy.
Just cursing in Orcish.
Desmond like puts a hand over her mouth and is like, "Oh wow."
Thorn laughs. Well, I'm sure you can find something to do. If you head out of if you wanted to, you could head out of town maybe a day or two. There would be some game for you to hunt as well if you'd like.
Oh, I
course
need
they'd
to go
like.
talk to the magic man anyways.
All right.
He probably needs time to work. So many days of doing nothing. Why was adventuring so boring?
She smiles and she says, "Doing jobs can be boring. If you're out and appreciating things you see in the world, maybe it could be less boring."
Work sucks, but little things don't.
We can still try to make the best of it, though. You know, we have a few days to maybe prepare our items and rest a bit and take a look at the job. It's not so bad.
Do you not maintain your gear on a daily basis?
I don't really have much gear to maintain. I have no weapons, and I just have the armor that you gave me.
You don't even have like a dagger or anything?
I have a small knife for opening letters.
You don't have a dagger.
No. I have a small knife for opening letters. That's about it.
Gosh.
EC just looks so aghast.
EC's gonna change this.
I've never needed one.
I can fix her. I know it.
Desmond like just holds up her hands and like black lightning just starts like
I guess that's fair.
jumping between her fingertips and is like crackling and like black sparks, and she's like, I usually this sort of thing is more useful.
Oh,
Not
Okay,
shots fired!
At least I don't know how to use a knife. I know how to touch someone and send
You
magic to
don't
them.
know how to use a knife.
Well, not to, like to hurt somebody.
It's a set.
I've never been taught this. I went to magic school. I learned how to do magic. I know how to hurt people with magic.
Both
Oh,
of
jeez.
you,
Owen,
as much
Owen,
as
do you
I
care about this table?
both of you, as much as I truly appreciate watching you grow closer together and have this wonderful interaction, please, I do need to see other people today. I apologize.
Apologies.
Please shut
Lady
up.
Lord. We can take this discussion outside.
Yes, take it
What do you
outside.
mean? The super beast tamers and the cat's fancy never, the human element never leave. They have not left those tables since I have been here.
Maybe they're very quick at their job.
Michael, don't be a bitch, okay?
Listen, I had to fucking. Listen, I have to get this energy out. I've spent 2 hours staring at a screen.
That's fair.
EC is just like, goodbye, cousin.
Goodbye, EC.
Have fun.
I will
Nezra's
try
gonna
to
say hello
enjoy my
over
work.
here.
Alun sees Easy and Nezra, and then like Will Smith points at Florian.
Florian!
Hello,
Hello!
hello, small purple man.
Hey, I
How are you?
have something for you. I'm great. I'm fine. I wasn't bored at all when you guys were gone, like at all.
I don't know
It's
why you
great.
didn't say that if you
missed
weren't.
us.
I didn't. I told you I didn't miss you.
I say it
But
out
why
loud.
would you-
I'd like to insight to see if you missed us.
Oh, okay. It's probably
Why-
not that hard to tell that yes, he did miss you.
Oh, that's a 23, not a
Yeah.
23.
Sort of just like teasingly.
That's a
Nezra's like,
23.
Yeah.
He was fucking distraught without you guys. He was so bored and lonely. Yeah.
Alun doesn't say anything, but he just has the smallest little heh.
Mhm.
While they're having their small get together, EC's gonna sort of lean over to the barkeep because I forget their name, Yosemite or something.
Schmitty.
Yosemite.
Schmitty.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's gonna just ask for a medium rare steak and then like some roasted potatoes, but instead of a plate, EC just wants it to be put in a bag, like a
What?
burlap sack.
What?
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sure. He can get that for you. Definitely.
But once EC gets that, I know it's going to be a bit. Then EC sort of joins up, sort of nods towards Florian, but takes out one of their many knives, their daggers, puts it in front of Nezrin, and then holds up the sack of meat and potatoes. I want you to stab this.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
It seems
Wow.
like a waste of perfectly good food, though. Schmitty worked hard to make
I'm
that.
going to eat it.
Oh,
Alun's kind of tilted.
I think it's not going to ruin the taste. She's never used a knife to hurt someone. I mean,
I've
what are humans
never-
but bags of flesh?
I've never needed to. I don't think I will need to. I'll try though. Here, I'll try. I'll give it a shot.
It's fine.
No,
it's
here, give me
fine.
the knife, Easy. Give me the knife. I'll try it.
I haven't even taken it away from you.
Oh, I thought you hadn't handed it to me yet. Okay, I'll try.
I think if we're good enough hunter adventurers, you shouldn't need to learn. But can't hurt. Shrug.
I can like literally shock people with lightning from my hands or shoot concentrated death energy at them, but I can try to stab this bag with a knife. That's cool.
What if one day that fails, huh?
I don't think it will.
What if you're poisoned and then you cannot cast anything?
There's a
I don't know if
poison
you
that
could
does
stab
that.
anything if you were poisoned either. Just saying.
This is true.
If you got like a really sore throat, you can't do the speaky part of spells.
See, that's more
Oh.
reasonable.
That's fair. Hold on, let me look at my spells and see if all of them require me to speak.
Alun's like, wait, that's
We
what?
always go in
Okay.
the weeds. Oh boy.
I could still absorb elements, but that is about it. If I could
What
not
if
speak.
what if you write too much and you get the carpet tunnels and you can't move your hands good?
Carpet tunnels, yeah.
Ooh,
Actually,
the
hold
carpet
on.
tunnels. Well, I've actually a part of my original training as a wizard was lots of finger exercises. I'm quite
Okay.
deft with my hands.
I bet you are.
Lots of fine-tuned control. No, I am. It's. There's a lot of training that's gone into it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
feel
it's
free to
part-
correct
it's
me on
part
this
of
later.
becoming a spellcaster.
But
At
Yep,
least the
sure.
kind I am. It seems
you
like you don't
see,
believe
sort
me.
of.
I'm just saying there's other uses for dexterity. And you're
What
obviously
if
like
you
a
have-
lesbian, so
like a real
Why does
No?
that matter?
Whoa. What if you have like a real gnarly panic attack and you can't concentrate on the hocus pocus, but like if you have a knife in your hand and you're slashing wildly, like that's gonna do something. Not that I'd encourage it.
I worry it would not do much actually. And if I don't know. Whenever we get into a fight, it's
Hello?
Hi, Mike.
Hello.
we
There
go.
we go.
Okay.
Whenever we get into a fight, I don't know what comes over me, but I just sort of get this cold feeling. But it's not like cold like bad. It's like cold like exhilarating. You know, it's like I don't really get panicked in a fight.
I get that actually. Yeah.
I don't get that. Y'all weird, anyways.
But I will try to stab the bag.
Before this, Nezrin, when I was growing up,
Mhm.
there was in the deep woods a tree that liked to absorb magic. It was called a Susa tree.
Oh, I've heard of these
It-
things. I also have played Baldur's Gate 3 recently.
Listen, I rolled my fucking nature check, okay? That's why I wanted to will it into existence.
It's fine, I'll allow it.
If someone came at you with this sort of weapon, you could not do anything with your magic.
But that's why you would be there.
I'm not always going to. I can't always be there.
Well, not always, of course, but if we're in a fight, someone's trying to hurt me, I imagine you will be there. Or have fun.
You have this propensity to walk up into the thick of things. I don't know if you've noticed this.
Isn't that what you do in a fight? You get into it? This is what
You
I've
don't-
learned, at least.
Then there's being in a fight, and then there's getting right up in a owlbear's face.
Well, I mean, the owlbear was getting in my face as well, I mean. And Florian was hurt. I was trying to help.
Okay, I do have something that might help you here easy. Hey Nezrin, remember that time you got kidnapped? And they tied you up? And they
No,
knocked you out?
I felt like I wasn't even there. I don't remember.
Wow.
Well, it is. You know what? Fair. I got nothing.
I don't, sorry.
That's fine.
That's
I
pretty
killed my
good.
time.
But in that example, you all saved me, and I was okay in the end.
Just accept the fact that Nezrin has never been punished and never will be.
I mean, we'll see. For right now, she's like, "This is easy. I love adventuring. I'm having such a great time learning about my magic."
Sure.
He just sort of sighs and just gets out.
But I know
with
I
a sort of
understand why you're
sack of
concerned.
meat and potatoes.
I understand why you're concerned, DC. I appreciate your want to keep me alive and prepared for any sort of situation. I will stab your bag with a dagger
It
out
is
of
fine. You do
respect
not
for
have
you.
to.
I lunge forward with the dagger.
You don't
Oh
have
my
to worry about
God.
it.
You see,
Never been punished.
you watch a very proficient dagger thrust and stab.
Was that good? Did I do it?
You did good.
Oh, cool.
EC then takes the dagger that stabbed into the meat. Sort of, you hear a slight tear of the burlap sack as EC just sort of like brings the slab of meat out with the knife and starts eating it as they
That's
walk
very
away.
good.
Nezra just like has their tongue like sticking out a little bit, like, interesting. Like I wouldn't eat a nicely cooked steak like that, but you do you. is the expression on her face.
It's very good.
I'm going to talk to the magic man about the arrows. Goodbye.
Oh, I was
Great,
actually
I
going
had
to talk to
something
the
for
magic
you.
man.
I mean,
Do
whatever.
you?
You don't care.
Oh.
Yeah,
Florian has gifts.
I
You're
do.
not telling me my emotions, small purple man. I am most in tune with my emotions.
What? Okay. I got these for you. So, yeah, he kind of throws them out on the table. Like they didn't cost him a heck ton of gold. And they are little brooches, little cloak fasteners, like the one that he gave Alun.
Oh.
Balloon boys.
This is nice. Where does it go?
It goes on whatever clothing you want to hold together. Like he pins one on his jacket and shows you how it can latch.
Is this a claw clutching some wisteria flowers?
You know, yeah, I didn't notice. Yeah.
You didn't know
Hey,
this.
you
This is
designed
very
it.
sweet. I like this very
This
much.
is
Florian.
very good
Thank you.
craftsmanship.
Yeah, chick over at the workshop. Pretty cool.
Do you not know her name?
It's a matter of principle.
That's a strange name.
It's a very long name.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
probably
sure
like a
Miss
first
Matter
and
is
a last.
very nice.
Actually, Nezrin wouldn't bat an eye at that name.
Oh, never mind. It's a
Tiefling
normal name.
names.
That's
That's
a tor-
really funny.
Nezrin's
Well,
like,
I mean,
oh,
their first name is a matter of, and then their last name is principal. Like that's weird.
Nezrin's like, oh yeah, that's just a tiefling name.
Hmm.
This is very nice. Thank you, small purple man there. Florian, I suppose.
You used my
Nezrin's
name?
gonna.
Holy shit. Wow.
Do you not?
let
Do you want
let
me to keep calling you small
bask in
purple
this
man?
moment for a minute. I mean, it's funnier,
You
but
shortened it to Smurple Man.
like, no.
Well, that sounds dirty.
Right?
I really like Smurple, man.
Nezrin's
Anyway,
gonna.
so we can all look uniform or whatever. You know, it's not. I mean, you don't have to wear it.
Nezrin's
We'll
gonna
find some
immediately
way
like.
to-
Go ahead, Riley.
Okay. Nezrin's gonna immediately clip it to her like the breast pocket on her like little like academic vest and sort of just like display it proudly.
Florian tries to look unimpressed.
Make a performance check.
What? Okay. My first roll in months. Hold on. Let me walk over to my computer. I've been talking to you guys on my phone the whole time.
How dare you?
Well, there. It's so I could sit on my bed and draw.
That's fine.
Okay, performance check. Performance.
Yeah, it's it's decent.
All right.
Florian does a decent job trying to look unimpressed. His eyes, oh, Nezrin can see their eyes like flitting towards
on.
the latch.
Nezrin just like smiles at Florian like knowingly and she's like, well, regardless of your low opinion of your own handiwork, I am a fan. I like it. I shall wear it
I didn't make
proudly. You designed it, didn't you?
I guess.
So
Yeah.
I will wear it proudly. It's cool. Thank you. Why are you trying to downplay your own gift to me?
He just kind of looks awkward. Avan isn't here, right? Because he would get it.
Not yet. He would get it?
No, I'm saying that out of character.
Oh.
It's a guy thing.
It's a guy thing.
I guess I would not understand if it is a guy thing.
Yeah.
Elun, do you understand?
Like Bruce with your feelings, my man.
It's toxic masculinity, okay? You wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't understand.
Ishi's gonna sort of look at it, sort of nod appreciatively at the craftsmanship, and then sort of nod to Florian. But doesn't have anything to clip on it right now. But by the time Afan's back, it's sort of like, like hand wrappings that don't really cover the hands, keep archer's hands free. So it's probably gonna be like
Yeah.
one of those hand
Oh,
wraps.
that'll work.
That's cool. I love that.
I like that. I
Oh.
like that. Very good.
Yeah, EC sort of nods at small purple man. You will never
Purple
get me
man?
to say the other one. Um,
Come
then-
on. Start saying Smurple, man.
no.
It's so good.
Oh my god, it's pretty good.
Smurple.
You know what, Gabe? You want me to call him Smurple Man?
Smurple man, whatever you want.
You want me to say that?
Yeah.
Level me up to 7.
I mean, not to 7, but you guys are gonna level up today for sure.
Nope, to 7. You level me up to 7 right now, or I will never say that word.
Maybe you'll say it when you get to level 7 then.
Maybe I'll say it then.
Yeah, maybe you'll say
Who
it
knows?
then.
Maybe I'll forget. It's gonna be like 5 months.
Not gonna forget. Yeah. You
No, I'm
guys-
gonna forget. It's gonna be like 5 months before
Yeah,
something.
but I won't forget, and I'll remind you. Anyway, you guys relax for the rest of the day. Go do what you want to do. I'm sure EC wants to talk to the Magic Man. You guys can meet Sophia, but I want to get Fun and Luna here as well. So, we'll move on to the next day.
Okay.
When Fun and Luna arrive, and you guys are all reunited.
Arrive.
Nice.
Hello. It's me.
Anastasia.
Hi.
Where are we at the moment?
I'm just gonna say you guys are at the Untrimmed Bros.
I
Where are we?
having-
Existentially, though.
Having like brunch when Luna and Afan arrive.
brunch.
Yeah,
Very good.
brunch. There's mimosas and crepes.
When Afan
Nice.
gets in, Ethy's just gonna sort of side look and just sort of make eye contact with Afan and toss them the bag with their money in it.
Aaron catches it.
Luna waves.
Hey.
Hello.
Trip.
It was fine. How was yours?
I was a wolf for a lot of it, and then I ran into EC, and then ran into Nezrin, and I don't know.
Dude, that's
EC
rad
kind
though.
of looks away at the Illumin meeting EC because EC definitely was gonna shoot.
That's really
I
funny.
didn't even realize at the time he was also high.
Oh no, that's very good.
Well, I learned some pretty cool things while I was lagging behind in the city. Maybe we can talk about them later.
What kind of things?
She kind of wiggles her hands in a like, ooh, spooky ghost. Odd magic things.
EC immediately like stares into middle space.
I learned some
Well,
stuff
Afan?
too.
But this is you've got a lovely spread here. I don't want to ruin that food. It's something we can talk about it later. But I think it's important to talk about at some point.
Luna, whenever you're going to talk about it, I'm going to not understand a word you are saying.
Thinking about how to simplify it so that it like while still keeping the weight of what she wants to say. There's more of the thing you've got going on, and their family apparently. So I get the feeling we're going to run across some similar cases.
Wonderful. Hey, Afan, can I see that sword?
I mean, you probably can see it. It's quite big.
Can I spend some time with it? I'm wondering if, since it was that woman's, and I, did that weirdness, that special power that Nezrin said was there would surface.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't really need it at the moment.
Oh, we had those gloves that we were saving for Florian too, weren't we?
Oh yeah,
Oh?
we've got these gloves. I can't remember exactly what they do, but I think if you wear them, they let you punch people who are like 20 feet away from you.
Sweet!
Yeah, see, we did
Yeah.
get you a souvenir. We definitely
Yeah, that
did.
sound.
Hell
We
yeah.
thought that sounded kind of like your thing.
Yeah. You got me pinned down. I got something for you too.
Oh,
Mm. Yeah, here. He passes out the remaining brooches, I guess you could call them. It's, just something so we can all kind of, so people can know us.
This is
Yeah, we're-
lovely. Thank you, Florian.
wow, this is beautiful.
She kind of arranges her, and she makes it like kind of the main closure on the
Oh,
collar.
You should compliment him extra hard.
no, don't do that.
Do it.
I'm not.
He sort of like takes note of where Luna puts it. It's like, oh, that's where you're supposed to put it. And like their hand is like on their chin, and you can just see the brooch right there, like holding the hand wraps together. That's where it's supposed to go.
That's good too. Like, it's wherever. I mean, you don't have to wear it. It's just a thing.
Oh,
I mean, you say that, but
Avan
I
unfastens
adjusted
the
these.
and then refastens it.
I'm gonna put it on the metaphorical fridge. There's my literal body.
Does he say that?
Yes.
Very good.
Of course he does.
Of course he does.
fridge? Oh no,
Oh, it's like
we
a.
have refrigerators. Come on. On me.
It's like. It's like a.
They've at least gotta have like
cellar storage.
spring. Yeah. Hope you guys missed me. I hope you were severely lacking in your party without me.
It was much quieter.
Mm.
You got hit by some traps you probably would have laughed about us getting hit by.
He seems satisfied at that.
We fought some color-coordinated wizards that you would have absolutely hated. Actually, no, you
Kill
probably
him?
would have really liked them.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It could have gone either way.
Gotcha.
And no, we didn't kill him. I wanted to, but we didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I made a deal with
Next
him.
time.
They were all like, we met this like really, conventionally handsome goblin.
Excuse
Oh,
me?
yeah.
Goblins aren't. Oh, whatever. I don't know what your taste is. It's fine.
It was just like a general bearing that it had. Like, I mean, it didn't look half bad for for like a goblin.
Like, you wouldn't kick it out of bed, sort of.
Am I sleeping in its bed or is it sleeping in my bed?
It's sleeping in your bed.
Yeah.
Then it's getting kicked out.
Okay.
That's my bed.
I guess the idea is if they're attractive enough, you would want to continue to be in bed with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Cool. Then they weren't attractive. That's all I'm saying. Anyway. So you found a hot goblin and like what else? Some wizards. You turn
I
into a
found
god. Tell me,
some-
you're a god now, right?
I don't know.
Huh.
I'm just easy.
That's the most
Oh.
easy response.
I guided a bunch of miners to a mine, and they had a map that was written in Sylvan. It said something about Blessed Mine.
Huh. Kind of wild. Blessed mine.
I kind of have to, guys.
Yeah, this is a good
Fair enough.
place for us to stop for the evening.
Just kind
Okay.
of catch up and have brunch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
catching
Yep.
up, having brunch. Before you go, let's do a quick RP vote.
Yes.
Nice.
Let's get everybody down here. All right, Patrick, who you voting for?
I'm gonna vote for Luna for the cool ceremony.
Oh, that was cool.
Ooh.
Luna.
They voted for you, Luna.
I'm gonna vote for EC for Mike's honesty about wanting to get those wiggles out.
Hmm.
I know you were very patient with us, and I appreciate it.
I'm gonna vote for Avon for the fight. That was cool. I enjoyed that.
I'm gonna give it to Luna. 'Cause
Yeah.
neat, very, very neat.
Ah, damn, Riley's muted. Fuck. Okay, well.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. FN.
Shit. Well, I'll give it to Florian for the birches.
Yeah.
For the vouchers? Alright.
Yeah.
I think. And one right with it.
I think. Hmm. I think I'm gonna give it to Afan for all the cool fight role playing he did.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh,
It was very cool.
Shucks. Thank you.
It's because I'm the
I will.
tiebreaker.
Take a free inspiration. Thank you.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Gabe, you said something earlier.
What did I say? Oh yeah, you guys level up.
Hell yeah.
So go ahead and roll. You don't. No need to post Nezrin with a gun, Riley.
But what if I want to? What if everyone could post all their characters with guns?
Yeah, I listen. No,
Okay.
I mean, I
nobody
suppose we
made
could.
emotes for me, so you guys can't post emotes.
But if you could post all the characters together with their guns.
You could. You guys could if you wanted to.
Right, I'm gonna bounce. I'll
Have a
see
good
you all next.
evening,
Okay.
Patrick. See you
Good
next
night.
week.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody else, feel free to roll for HP, and
I rolled
level
an
up.
8.
That's pretty good.
Let me see what we got.
That's pretty good.
I know. I was very excited.
6 is decent.
If I take darkness, would people be upset with me?
Why would we be upset with you?
Because it could very potentially cause more harm than good. For
I would be quite upset with you, actually. Oh,
I
they're
would
not even
never
here.
forgive you.
They're not even here.
Oh no,
Oh.
they died.
Hmm.
That's how displeased God is.
Wow, that's how upset you are, Michael. You killed them.
Oh, fuck, 3rd level spells.
Wow.
Reroll that.
Wow.
Okay.
Alright.
I would love to. Thank you.
Oh, I got Revivify.
Wow.
Wow.
Sucks.
Well, I should have just gone with the average. That's fine.
And
Okay.
if Riley takes darkness, I can take daylight, and we can just be completely useless together.
There you go.
You work fast enough, you can give someone a really bad migraine.
Yeah.
I get an Eldritch Invocation.
You do.
Dang, all I got was Destroy Undead and some more cool spells.
What level are you guys?
5?
5.
Hi.
Oh, you got 3rd level spells. That's pretty good.
I'm back.
Heck yeah.
Welcome back, Riley.
I'm now not on
Why
a
would you
10-second delay.
Luna, you got
Zoe,
How would you cast it on yourself?
Because I could take Devil Sight, and then I could have advantage on all my Eldritch Blasts forever, because no one can see me.
It's a good combo.
Zoe, are you taking Revivify or should I?
Well, I have spells at my disposal, but I need to think about what I'm like preparing each day.
Yeah, Luna gets to prepare.
I mean, I'm in the
spells,
same situation, so.
So you guys can talk
I can-
about it on
I
a
can be a
day-by-day
revivified
basis.
lord.
Finally.
I need to like make my general like application load, my little general loadouts, and like so you guys can have an idea of if I'm in this situation, what I'm carrying.
That's a
And
good
actually like,
plan.
have that publicly available.
Should I just take Eldritch Spear? Let's see.
Have you already taken the one that adds your charisma to your Eldritch Smite? Or Eldritch Blast, I should say?
I don't recall.
Agonizing Blast.
Agonizing
Yeah, I
Blast.
do have Agonizing Blast, yeah.
I recommend grabbing Repelling or the one that pulls Blast, because you can either push people whenever you hit them, or you can pull them towards you whenever you hit them. That's really cool.
Florian, what's your
Let's see.
subclass?
What's
What's
I
your
don't think I have one.
What's your packed boon actually?
I think we decided it was with the old ones, but it's flavored a little different.
That's your subclass. What's your
Oh,
packed
gosh.
boon?
Is it Tome, Chain, or Blade?
I don't
Or
remember.
Talisman?
I think it was Blade. Let me check.
Yeah, because
have
Nesrin
a y'all.
did Tome, so she has a bunch of extra cantrips. Blade lets you
Have a
summon
y'all.
weapons. Chain gives you a familiar.
Okay, I'm in the Charactermancer, so I can't like look at it.
Gotcha.
But I think it's Blade.
Cool.
If it's Blade, isn't there one that gives you an extra attack?
Thirsting Blade.
Yeah, you can get Thirsting Blade. So you could have
very good.
You could have 2 attacks like all the other boys and girls.
Hell yeah.
All the melee classes who are level 5.
You can attack with your packed weapon twice instead of once. Okay.
All right, I figured out what spell. I'm taking Mind Spike.
Hell yeah.
That feels useful.
Oh, Mind Spike's a good spell.
I feel like maybe doing like I think necrotic and psychic damage would be fun damage types for me to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm trying to be a good hunter, I need to be able to track my prey. But instead of
Yeah.
following their footsteps or their signs in nature, I'm just gonna like put a little nail inside their brain and then know where the nail is.
Feel its tug across the world.
Yeah. So that's that. And I also took a feat. I got a feat this level.
Nice.
So your girl is shadow touched now.
Hell yeah.
Because, Shadowfell magic makes sense to me, narratively at least.
Mm-hmm.
Can't destroy undead. That's pretty much what I got. Well,
Don't
I
hurt
can
me.
take spells. I would never on purpose.
Thank you.
Right,
I don't know if I'm undead or not, but just in
Alright.
case.
I don't want to find out. Well, it's like your challenge rating has to be like half or lower at this point, so
I think so, yeah.
I think your challenge rating's higher than that.
I'm a little baby. I don't know.
Alright, I'm gonna stop.
It'd be
the
funny
stream.
if the first damage you took was party.
Was
cause.
death. Instant death.
That would
Just
be
me
funny.
destroying you in one fell swoop.
Fuck yeah. I hope that's what happens.
Alright.
She was like, that's how I want to go.
Yeah.
I'm turning off the stream. Bye.
Okay,
stream.
bye.
Hell yeah. Bye.